No, I bought it myself.
So it was a
Nice.
Christmas present to yourself. Gotcha. All right,
Pretty much.
guys. Welcome to the Stone Gauntlet. I am joined today. I am Kenny Crook Irish Kirby, and I am joined today by Jordan Rabble.
What's up, guys? I'm Rabble. Today, I am your pixel games expert instead of your anime expert. So, let's go.
He is the expert of pixel games. And I am joined by Spider Dude over in the right hand corner over there.
Hello. I'm just gonna be over here eating candy while helping explain video game words.
That's how you celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, before we get into games, there's a couple things we kind of want to talk about. First of all, as we've been like kind of alluding to it for the past fucking couple months, rip Jonathan Majors. Uh, King has destroyed King, and now they've like I might think Disney's Phase 5, is that the phase we're in, Micah?
Yeah.
Is their best phase yet because it's gone from being like on the silver screen and bled into reality. Like Disney did such a great job of making a variant of King that destroyed King that now I can't tell where the MCU begins and where it ends. No, crickets. Okay.
I totally agree. I have nothing
Jeez.
to. I have nothing to add, man. Nothing to add. I'm sorry, but yeah. When you actually sent that, I thought Jonathan Major died. I was like, like I saw it in our doc, and I was like, oh, what? Like, he went from maybe not being Kang anymore to being deceased. And
I
then it was just
mean,
still not being Kang anymore.
you could say his career's dead. They found him on 2 accounts of assault against the chick in the car. And this is after like text messages came out essentially telling her not to go to the hospital, as well as like a voice message came out of him like comparing himself to Martin Luther King. Uh,
Oh,
which I'm like, this dude
What?
didn't just like bury his career; he fucking obliterated it.
yeah, that's not good. Not
Yeah.
good.
With
No good.
within 2 hours of the sentencing, um, Disney dropped him. They were just like, nope, we're not. King's no longer a part of this. We'll deal with whatever comes of that, you know? So, yeah, that's it. We're moving on from phase 6 to phase whatever the fuck. And hopefully Disney gets its head out of its ass and starts making movies like Loki as opposed to Quantum Mania. Let's
Yeah.
let's move on to our next subject. It's a bit more dour. Andre Bauer died. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, yeah. Bauer. Um, Yeah, I mean, he was in a ton of stuff. I mean, most notable for I think this group is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, he I mean, he's been acting forever. Um, let's see. Yeah, I probably should have looked this up before. But I mean, he did a lot of movies in the early 2000s. He was on House.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, you look at his list. There's like 30 items.
His
Uh,
comedy in Brooklyn Nine-Nine was perfect. And I was reading an article today about like when Rosa came out as bisexual. One of the lines he said to her, which was like, every time somebody stands up and declares who they are in this world becomes a better, more interesting place. So he's like, I'm proud of you. And the person that wrote the article was like, that line touched me on so many levels.
Hmm.
Because she was bi and didn't know how to admit it to like her parents. So this dude has literally transcended tons of movies and TV shows and touched the lives of many. Uh, it's a sad day to see Andre go.
Well, the
yeah,
coolest part is, no joke, the most thing everybody knows him by is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, I've actually seen a lot of things where people have like pulled out quotes where they're like, from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, this really inspired me. Like you said, he's very inspiring, and I'm like, he inspired me a lot of times.
Yeah, because Captain Holt had that perfect balance of just pitch perfect comedic timing with the ability to also get incredibly serious on the drop of a dime, you know,
Yeah,
and drop some serious wisdom to like his department and to the world, you know.
and especially if you relate to a character like uh, oh, Jake, right?
Jay Peralta.
Peralta.
Yeah, Jake Peralta. If you relate to a character like him, it's just like Captain Holt is that one character that just like mainly helped to Jake Peralta out, and it's like, oh, hey, cool.
Yeah, I was sad to see him go. And I hope that wherever he's ended up, it's a much better place
hmm
than this hellhole of an Earth.
New
Though, guys,
planet. Yeah, yeah, things aren't going well, but that's another topic for another podcast.
it certainly is. Crooks dour times. Um, moving on, the Christopher Judge's comment during the video game awards has actually got me pissed off at the video game award. So he was up there and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm not gonna make a speech like for all of everybody not in the know. Christopher Judge voiced Kratos, so immediately I stand behind Kratos. Um, but he was just like, last year I made a speech that was 8 minutes long, and I'm not gonna do that this year. Though some would say my speech is actually longer than the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. I fucking like I lost my shit when I heard that because it's like it was really good. It called out it did a number of things. It made a really good joke. It called out Activision Blizzard for their bullshit of trying to well not Blizzard, but Activision for their bullshit of trying to feed us Modern Warfare 3 the same multiplayer mode just with a new remapping and and the audience didn't take it. Like it shined a very uh it shined a light on the darkness that is video game journalists and video game awards because nobody in the audience laughed. Everybody hid and was like, "Oh no, he offended Activision." And it's like if that's the fucking case, then why are we at a place where we can't call out developers for making shitty games?
Yeah.
You know, if you're a journalist, you should be right up there with Christopher Judge being like, "Yeah, fuck you, Activision. Release an actual game next time, and then we'll talk." Look,
Here's the. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
no, I'm just gonna say here on the Stone Gauntlet, I'm never gonna do that. Blizzard doesn't pay me, Activision doesn't pay me, Bungie doesn't pay me. I will call them on all their fucking shit,
I
and I will do it continuously.
if they did pay you, would you support their game?
Oh, 100%. Hey guys, go buy Diablo.
We have a new
It's
sponsor.
quickly.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna remain impartial. Like I'm not. I you come to my podcast to hear what I think about video games. I will tell you what I think about video games. Whether you disagree with that or agree with that, you will always hear the truth from me.
Hell yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
gonna grow up and become that older like dude that says, "I hate video games."
Well, I. So Micah, that's me, bro. Dude, I'm the guy who buys a $2,000 rig and knows how to put it all together and upgrades his graphics card so that he can play old games. Like, I mean, like literally right before this, I was like, oh, I saw Dredge as a nominee on one of these, and I've been meaning to play that. So what did I do? I played that, and my buddies give me so much shit. They're like, Jordan, why are you playing Dave the Diver right now? Like, why are you playing this pixel game? I'm like, dude, gameplay before graphics, and that's just who I am. No, I
Always.
don't. Yeah.
Look, I will. I could spend an entire night playing Dead Cells or Darkest Dungeon and just lose myself to it,
Yeah.
just because the gameplay is that good. uh, I can spend about an hour on Overwatch before I want to throw my controller through.
Yeah, I mean it looks good, but the gameplay often can leave you lacking. It can leave you for wanting more. If it's not fun, then what's the point? It's like watching a movie. It's not entertaining, then it's only going to appeal to some of the artsy fartsy people, right? Like if it's not entertaining, what is it? If it's just shit, then it's shit. But if it's like that they're going for the art route, it's different. But I don't know. There's good games out there who do both. Last of Us. But you know, Mass Effect. But it's just I don't know. I've always
Remnant.
been a gameplay. Yeah, I've always been a gameplay over graphics kind of guy.
I didn't tell you the game that look. So my dad started playing a game, Remnant. Have you heard of this, Jordan?
Yeah, Remnant of the Ashes. Yeah.
Yeah, he started playing that, and he was like, "Wow, this game's pretty easy." And he hadn't even gotten to the first boss, and I'm just like, "He's going to need help." so,
Yeah.
so it's a hard game, but
Yeah.
it's
It's
satisfying.
Remnant of the Ashes. Like I didn't touch it. I was like I don't have the time. Which is sad, dude. I'll talk about that later. My Steam review for 2023 was depressing, bro. I left Harry Potter on for a weekend on accident when I went to KatsuCon, and that was 14% of my year. Like, yeah, and I was like, oh, and I think I've only played like 23 games this year or something on Steam. And
How
I
did
mean,
how
what'd you
did
say?
you feel about Battlefield 5? Lord of Old Warframes wants to know.
Oh, dude, I don't touch the Battlefield series. Sorry, brother.
Lord of
I
That's
Old
apologize.
Warframes has been playing Battlefield 5 for or Battlefield something constantly. I always see him on playing it. I always laugh at.
Lord of all door frames. If you want to play a really good, large scale shooter, play BattleBit, bro. BattleBit is fucking dope. It looks like Roblox, yes, but it's amazing, and they've done such a good job, and it's just fun. It's just fun. Try it out if you haven't yet. But
so,
but yeah, go ahead. My bad.
no, I was just saying, you guys want to kick this off?
Yeah, dude. Let's get it started. Okay. Let me pull up the stream. So what's our first category?
So, guys, this is the Video Game Awards, as brought to you by Geoff Keighley, and we have been discussing as a group about a way to circumvent that. We'll tell you at the end. But for this 2023, we're gonna be, I guess, swish swish, reacting to these fucking dumbass decisions, and then kind of giving you an idea of who we think should have won. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. Essentially, what we'll do is we're gonna announce it, announce what the title is, announce the game, announce the nominees, talk about it, rinse, repeat.
yeah,
So
and the thumbnail for this picture is gonna be like me mouth agape, like looking to the side while Jordan looks down from the top, and Micah is like sitting there with the Home Alone pose, and the title's
yeah.
gonna be like, "You won't believe what I sent Rabble in the mail," so that way people will click on it.
Okay, you ready, Micah? I got this. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh, I failed.
I just got. We really should have practiced this, guys. This is best. This is a freaking podcast.
This is, I don't think anyone comes here because we're the best at what we do. Okay, I think they come here because we're fun.
I was really expecting it to be a lot shorter.
Go ahead and announce it off, Kirby, and the
Look,
nominees.
I feel like you guys did this right. You did this perfectly well. You just did it without the setup.
We're trying, bro. We're trying. I'm a tired man. I got a 4-month-old brother.
Oh man, I love this crew. Okay, the first one up is best game direction. As we could see, Alan Wake won that, but the nominees were Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Mario Bros. Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
Now,
Go
go,
ahead.
like Alan Wake. When I played the first Alan Wake, I made it about 2 or 3 chapters in, and I realized something very important. This game is fucking boring. Like, you fight the same enemies over and over and over again, and then you pick up little scraps of paper, and then you go to the next area and fight the same enemies over and over again, and you pick up more scraps of paper. Uh, I get
So it's
that they.
basically just a story like the what is it called? Like the Batman game, like that's like just mobile, but it's like you choose a story and you just pick up things.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like the Batman game at least has this little thing called Batman in it, and not some washed up, hackneyed actor who's a writer and trying to tell some kind of dumb murder story.
Dude, you're gonna get us killed, bro. Alan Wake's got such a dude. The funny thing, okay, so Alan Wake's weird to me because I've heard of Alan Wake. I played the first one for maybe 30 minutes. I had the same reaction as you, where I went, "There's other games out right now that I could be playing," and but dude, like my friend who actually has like played through the game fucking loves Alan Wake. He is like the most die-hard fan, and then he of course loves Control as well because that's the same studio. Um, but yeah, dude, I don't know. I haven't played it, Alan Wake it 2 yet. Has anyone in here played it? Have you guys?
No.
No, I mean, look, it can win best game direction if it goes in the opposite direction of the first one and actually makes the game like fun to play. I'm look, yeah, I'm gonna. We'll probably get a lot of hate mail for our theoretical email account. Micah, what's your email account?
Uh,
just,
it's Took Irit.
just send it to whatever he says at the end. like, um, yes, okay. Alan Wake took a weird multiverse direction, which sounds kind of cool, and I've read about it and I've been tangentially seen it, but I haven't actually played it. If I was to say any game on this list wins best game direction, it would still be, in my opinion, either Baldur's Gate 3 or Mario Bros. Wonder. Because Mario Bros. Wonder went off the chain with the Mario Bros. Like franchise, and it did things that have never been done before in a Mario game. So it made it like it revitalized it. I don't know what the
Did
fuck
you ever
Alan Wake did.
complete Mario's Bros.
Like,
Wonder?
yeah, but how is you know what? Can we actually define what a game direction is? Is that kind of like movie direction, like the directors like picking and choosing the mood for the like or because I'll be honest, I'm a little bamboozled on what that exactly means.
You know what? Let me go ahead and pull up IGN video game
I'm glad
awards.
you are in the same boat as me,
Because
Jordan.
I think Alan Wake 2, I think the reason why it probably won is because I know it's very movie like. You know, it's very movie like. You know, I'd like to know what were other games that won best game direction. Um,
Let me see.
Winners.
Here we go.
Winner chicken
2023.
dinner.
Best game direction is awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So I
Yeah,
would still give it to Mario Brothers Wonder. Like I get what Alan Wake did, and I get that it's inventive, it's a multiverse, but everybody's doing the multiverse. Like
Yeah.
at least Mario Bros. Wonder went out of its way to be something a little different.
yeah. So like, Last of Us Part 2 won it in 2020. And then in 2021 was Deathloop, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But we're not here to talk about the past years. Sorry, I'm rat holing super hard. So
Oh, don't
you know.
worry. In 1895.
What was the best? What was the best video game in 1895?
Pong 2.
Uh, Pebbles.
Yo, you. What do you mean, Lord of all Door Frames? You don't like the boat scene, brother?
Whoa. I just flipped my phone and then everything flipped.
I liked it though. I thought it was cool, Micah.
Here's
But Oh,
the
go ahead.
problem I had with The Last of Us 2, if we want to go down that rabbit hole real quick, is that I enjoyed it. I was even okay with them killing Joel because that was an emotional pivot. What I didn't need was 10 hours of Abby. Like, I got the point of playing as Abby within 3 hours, and then it extended for another 7.
Yeah, and I'm, by the way, I'm sorry if you're only a show watcher for Last of Us and we just spoiled that shit for you. But like, Last of Us has been out since I was like a fucking high schooler. So, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry if that ruined it for you. But yeah, dude, I thought it was like salt in the wound, bro. They literally sliced me open. I was like, I'm so excited to see this, father daughter duo take on another adventure. And then they're like, nope. And then they just shove salt in my wound, and they're like, also, you have to play as the bitch who killed them. So
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck this. I mean, and at the end, I was like, okay, this, I did enjoy this. Yeah, I enjoyed the gameplay, but I still hated her. Like, it's not like I got through her campaign and was like, wow, she's such a kind young woman. I'm so happy I got to know her. Once I got to know her, it makes it all better. It's like, no, I still fucking hate her. Like, so I don't know. Just,
Yeah, I just wanted to play as Ellie and kill people. That was it. Like, I get what they were trying to do with Abby, and I kind of sympathized with her for the first 3 hours. But then they way overdid it, and it became like the perfect example of a game that went on too long. Like
yeah, you're
e-
right. The campaign was too long.
everyone that complains about Spider-Man being only 30 hours doesn't understand what a Spider-Man for 60 hours game would be like. Well,
Dude, also they have no fucking life. Jesus Christ. Like
yeah,
I barely have like dude, when a campaign's too long, I'm just like fuck this shit. I ain't playing this shit. Like I don't have enough fucking time to play this shit. Like that's why I just play Counter-Strike all the time now. I barely have an hour that I can play in a row like so yeah, it's insane when people I'm like I miss 6-hour campaigns, bro. I really fucking do.
oh, I love games with a tight narrative that just take you through. Like, actually, that leads right into our next topic. Micah, go ahead and best
Oh,
narrative.
oh, 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 okay.
Whoa,
So
bro.
the
Give me a
Chill out,
second.
slow down, bro. No,
Okay.
no drum roll just yet. God damn it.
Oh, no, no.
So
wait, I gotta change the slide. Hold up, no.
the the nominees for best narrative are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 16, and Spider-Man 2. Let's
Okay.
go ahead and see who the winner is. And the winner is
Alan Wake 2. Oh, sorry.
Yay!
That's
Again.
your job.
It's the guy from Fortnite.
It's the guy from yeah, it's the John Wick ripoff of fucking video games. Listen, I get it, guys. I get Alan Wake is a big thing. I get that the sequel coming out is a big thing, but it's not as big as, like, say, Spider-Man 2. The narrative of Spider-Man 2 was on fucking point. I have never played a game to the point where I wouldn't put it down, eat, or sleep for like 3 days straight, outside of Zelda, until I played Spider-Man 2.
Bro, I'm going to start sending wellness checks to your house, man.
You really should.
I'll be a better bro. I'll send you meals to your house. Like DoorDash will just show up and someone will change out your bucket under your seat. So
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. DoorDash will
no,
have to drive quite a ways, but if you could send Taco Bell, that'd be great.
I got you.
Like, honestly, and if Spider-Man 2 didn't win it, I know Jordan's going to disagree with me, but Baldur's Gate 3 should have won that shit. Because,
Yeah.
no, go on.
No, I agree with you. As we go through the podcast, we'll talk about it. But I honestly think that they didn't want to give all the awards to Baldur. So they were like, "We'll throw you a bone, Alan Wake 2. Here you go, buddy."
And if not, Cyberpunk 2077 should have won that ahead of Alan Wake. Because Cyberpunk did a complete 180 on its launch, and now it's like the fucking one of the greatest games to launch 2 years in a row, or two in 2 different years. But
Yeah.
it's why Alan Wake? I don't get it. Outside of people getting paid in the industry to put him as the video game awards.
Yeah. Can we talk for a second about the fact that Cyberpunk basically completely revived because of the one of the best animes to come out like of all time?
No, go ahead. That's your cat, or
No,
that's your.
I mean that was basically it, dude. Edge Runners put people were buying Cyberpunk and replaying it because of Edge Runners. Like, and people bought Phantom Liberty because they were like, wait, Rebecca, Lucy, and David stuff is in Phantom Liberty. Take my $20-$30. So
Yeah,
I love it, man.
I'm actually like Cyberpunk is right up there with Tears of the Kingdom for me, in that it's tucked away for that day where I'm just like, fuck it, I want to play a really good game, and then I'm gonna pick either Cyberpunk or Tears of the Kingdom and pull that out of my pocket.
Yeah. No, I thought it was great. I mean, I really enjoyed Cyberpunk. I don't know. I wish it had a better launch, but cause I don't know, dude. I'm a dumbass. I have a very small brain. When a game launches badly and that's my first taste of it, there's no coming back. Like I will I'll be playing it and I'll like, ugh, I kind of remember like that launch though. Like, dude, No Man's Sky won't even touch that shit. I don't care. Somebody can tell me that it literally fucking cooks me lobster and does all my chores, and I'd still be like, this game had the worst launch of all of history.
They added
How about
Deadpool to it.
they added what to
No,
it?
I'm joking. I
Oh
said they added Deadpool to it. I was gonna see if that got you in, but no.
no, dude, nothing could get me in. It's
Not even
just,
Ryan Reynolds.
dude, it would have to literally tap into my spine and turn me into a real mercenary. Um, yeah, it's just yeah, but no, I digress.
Lord of Old Door Frames, I completely agree with you. In fact, I've told many people to this day the reason Cyberpunk got fucked on release is because the entire fan base was like, "Where's Cyberpunk? Where's Cyberpunk? Where's Cyberpunk?" And then the
Yeah,
fucking producers were like, "Well, I guess you got to release it." And the developers were like, "It's not ready yet." And they were like, "Yeah, but everybody wants Cyberpunk, and the internet is demanding it." So then we got a fucked up game. So yes, we are part of the problem for the reason why that game got released in a fucked up state.
yeah. No, I mean, we are. I mean, I don't know. They could have delayed it, and I think Cyberpunk has been a lesson because gaming industries are doing that now. They have finally understood releasing releasing a unfinished game now is worse than releasing a good game 6 months from now. Like,
Just don't take like 20 years like GTA 6.
You
dude,
want
yeah. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
you want to know why nobody this entire year? Okay, maybe there was like 1 or 2 or 3% of people complained about this game, but like nobody really complained about Tears of the Kingdom. And that's
Yeah,
because Tears of the Kingdom took an entire extra year to polish its shit.
yeah. And they actually made good use with that time, right? Like the game came out. I mean, I remember you talking about it because you're gonna hurt me, but I still haven't played it. Um, I
Don't
mean, I
worry,
remember you
neither have
telling
I.
me how amazing, like it's not bottlenecked. Like you were telling me how everything loads. You can go from the overworld to the underworld, and like it's almost seamless. And like that tells me right there they give a fuck about the gameplay.
Yeah.
They want it to feel good. They want it to feel immersive. When your game fucking lags, it's not immersive. It reminds me that I'm playing a video game on a screen.
Oh my god, I know. It's like, wait a sec. Oh, it just ripped me out of the world building, you know?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do the next one. Best musical. Actually, yeah, the next one is best art direction. All right, guys, the best art direction. The nominees are Hi-Fi Rush, Liza P, Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom, and Alan Wake 2. Can I get a drum roll? And the video game with the best art direction is Alan
Wait,
Wake
hold
2.
on. I think I swiped backwards by accident. Let me double check.
But yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, wait a minute. Messed up.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
No, it really is Alan Wake.
it really is Alan Wake 2.
Dude, you had me guessing for a second that it wasn't Alan Wake 2. Like, I was like, yeah. So, best art direction, Alan Wake 2. Dude, they need to. You should be limited to one fucking award. Like, this is bullshit.
Someone is fucking pandering here because the best art direction should have gone to Hi-Fi Rush or Mario Bros. Wonder. Like
Oh.
Tears of the Kingdom looks exactly the same as fucking the other one. God.
Was Hi-Fi Rush good?
Well, it got acclaim. I haven't really played it, but
Oh yeah, I was about to say I've never even heard of it. So
I'd say it has better art than Alan Wake 2. Like a lot of people out there are probably gonna hate me for the amount of shit I put on Alan Wake 2. I don't have a problem with Alan Wake 2. I have a problem with Alan Wake 2 winning pretty much every fucking category. That's where I have a problem.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Lord of All Doors, Liza P is dope, dude. Yeah, but I can see why they didn't give it the art award.
Liza P. I mean, Liza P. is basically Bloodborne with Pinocchio, which I can get behind.
Hell yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That is on my list of things to eventually play.
Yeah.
Maybe not before Remnant, but anyway. All right, let's move on to the next one. The best. You want to announce it?
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Best musical score. Our nominees are Tears of the Kingdom, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Hi-Fi Rush, and Final Fantasy 16. Can I get a drum roll from left field? And the winner is not Alan Wake 2. It's Final Fantasy 16. Now these guys actually probably deserve this one.
Yeah, they always release really good music, so I can get on board with that.
Doesn't
Final but
Final Fantasy like straight up use an orchestra?
Yes, it's an orchestra, and they actually they actually will travel around the country and do shows. Like it's dope, dude. They're really good. I mean, I have a couple playlists with Final Fantasy songs on it, and I don't even like the only I used to play the old Final Fantasies. I loved Final Fantasy Tactics on the Game Boy Advanced, right? So I mean, this is a long time ago. And then I played the MMO. But dude, their music is superb.
So, Lord of Old Doorframes, Final Fantasy used to be a turn-based RPG and like one of the most known ones, basically through Final Fantasy X. Right around Final Fantasy 11, it turned more into an action RPG / turn-based.
Yeah.
With its own kind of system.
Isn't this the game that had like Donald Duck, Goofy, and Mickey, and a bunch of other like?
No. So
No.
you're thinking of Kingdom Hearts, which
Yeah.
had Final Fantasy characters and it had Disney characters. So
okay.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy is much beloved, and each entry is kind of its own thing. So there's like you'll rarely see a sequel to a Final Fantasy beforehand because it's usually an apocalyptic scenario that goes like completely fucking haywire by the end of it. Like the world gets blown up in some of them.
Yeah. Did you guys know that it's because Final Fantasy is made by, is it Capcom?
Square Enix.
Square Enix. I'm sorry. That dude, I deserve to be hung for that.
Yeah, the fuck.
There's some people who'd be very upset. Final Fantasy was actually their last ditch effort, dude. They were running out of money, and they were like, "Well, this is our last game. If it doesn't do well, then we're gonna have to close down the studio." And they called it Final Fantasy, and then people fucking loved it, and then they just kept calling it Final Fantasy. So, we've been on Final Fantasy for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I mean the only one I've really beaten was Final Fantasy X, and that's because I actually skipped school to defeat like the final boss. And let's see, I played 4. And I remember I got the twins in 4. Spoiler alert. You get these twins, and I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? I don't want them on my goddamn team. And then about 2 hours later, I'm like, these guys are never getting taken off my team because they fucking beat all sorts of ass. And then about halfway
Man.
through the game, they turn the twins into stone and completely take them off your team and make you far less powerful. And I never completed the game for that because I was pissed
Yeah.
at Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah. Dude, oddly enough, I think one of the Final Fantasies I played the most to was on the PSP. I don't even know if Micah and Lord of All Doors knows what a PSP is.
Nope.
Basically, PlayStation tried to break into the mobile industry. And honestly, the PSP was pretty dope. Did you own one, Kirby?
I never
Yes.
owned a PSP, but I do know all about it. It's like it was a Game Boy that you can mod. It was a Steam Deck before the
Yeah.
Steam Deck became popular.
Yes. Like, dude, you could go to the internet on that thing, and then also it had an SD card slot. I would watch movies on that bitch. Like, that's my torrenting days. I would download because I lived in Europe, so it was hard to like get movies. And so I would just torrent movies and just put them on PSP, and we had like long bus rides to like other schools and stuff. And dude, it was sick. It was good shit. Um, but
Plus, you can
yeah.
watch porn. I mean, corn videos.
Dude, why are you reading my mind? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it has an internet browser on it, so yeah. It was that because this was before smartphones.
Yeah, this was like the original smartphone. Just nobody could interrupt your corn video, by calling you in the middle of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Except you can play Final Fantasy in the middle of it, so
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's a tough one.
it's tough.
But it's
Tough to
got look. Final Fantasy VII has Tifa and okay. Look, the next category is what's the next category, Spider Dude?
There we go.
Best audio design. Let's get audio. That's the drum. You're the drum roll.
We were waiting for you to list all them off.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, our Lord Commander has made executive decisions without informing his peasants.
Welcome to the 2023 Video Game Awards, where we just fuck up everything. Not all of us can multitask while watching corn, okay? Thank you, Soggy Bee's Knees. You know what? I like to put on a nice fire, light a candle while I'm watching corn, and
So
anyway,
classy.
best
So
it's very classy. And then I'm like, I'm
Next time
vacuuming my room, guys, as
you
I turn the
will,
vacuum on. Anyway, so best audio design. The nominees, not that it really matters, but Hi-Fi Rush, Alan Wake 2, again, Dead Space, Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
I gotta give this one to Dead Space.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, Dead Space. They do a great job with sounds, but maybe they didn't give it to Dead Space because they're like, yo, you had your time, old man. You know.
Like, you had your time 10 years ago. You can't just resurge as like a completely different remake. You know, Dead Space is now like basically procedurally generated. Like you can go through the game twice and the enemy like placements will change each time.
That's pretty cool.
Damn
Dude,
AI.
it's
Oh,
actually, dude,
good.
I've been actually taking some courses for my new job, and I've been learning a lot about AI. And dude, it's pretty cool, man. Like you can do a lot with it. And I don't know, I've watched some developers use it in their games, and it's awesome. I mean, you can really make a unique experience where at one point, like you saw a creature there, and then the next game you're like waiting, you're like, yo, he's gonna be there again, and then he isn't. And he might surprise you early, he might surprise you later, might not be there at all. It's cool.
And then you get your ass beat by a stick monster, which is what happens in Dead Space.
Yeah. So has anyone here played Hi-Fi Rush?
I have
Actually,
not.
no.
What even
I've seen
is
it on
Hi-Fi
the
Rush?
Game
Does anyone
Pass.
even know what it is?
It's a
No,
music game made by the same people that made Jet Set Radio.
Oh.
It's supposedly pretty good. And I might like try to play a few rounds and get back to you guys on that.
Okay.
I
But you
might
said
do
rounds.
the
Is
same,
this
but
like a
since
PvP
it's
game?
so nice.
I don't think so. I think it's just like
Oh, okay.
like the, honestly, I'll have to look into this more. I know that because it got surprise dropped on the Xbox when they tried to rip off the Nintendo and do their Xbox presentation.
Yeah.
And it took the fan base by like storm. Everybody was like, "Oh, Hi-Fi Rush kicks ass. You should check this out. You should check this out." You know. But it got buried in the fucking sea of good games that came out in 2023.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you got Diablo 4, you got fucking Baldur's Gate 3, you got Resident Evil 4, you got
Got
fucking Dead Space,
Alan Wake 2.
you got Alan Wake 2 for some fucking reason. I mean, yeah, I guess Hi-Fi Rush would be a good second place. I'm glad Alan Wake 2 didn't win. But I'd still give it to Dead Space because um, Dead Space, I turned the lights off and I put my headphones on and I refused to play it during the day. I wanted to play purely at night when I can be in pitch darkness, and that shit gets creepy. You could hear like clanking in the distance. You hear monsters running past you up ahead, and you may or may not run into them. But the audio seriously fucked with your head in that game.
Yeah, I mean, because the main character is literally crazy, so he's being possessed by the marker. So
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next one. And this time we're going to do it right, guys. Best ongoing game. The nominees for this category are Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Final Fantasy XIV, Apex Legends, and Cyberpunk 2077. Can I get a drum roll, please? And the winner is Cyberpunk. Finally, something I fucking agree with.
yeah,
Why?
I mean, yeah, go ahead, brother.
Why the fuck is Apex Legends on this list? What has
That's a good question.
What has Apex done in the past 2 years that has made it anywhere near best ongoing game? Fortnite, I get. Look, although I don't play Fortnite as much as I used to, Fortnite at least changes its shit every 3 months and makes a new
Well,
game.
Yeah.
this year, Fortnite literally dropped an old season, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, here we go again." So I understand why Fortnite's up there. Apex Legends, I don't even know if they released a new character this year, even.
Dude,
So it's like,
Apex doesn't deserve to be on this list because they pulled the biggest Titanfall cuck on everyone. Um, they released like some stuff like as if like it was gonna be a new Titanfall game, and they made Titanfall 2 cheap as fuck at the exact same time. So people were freaking out. They're like, they're gonna announce Titanfall 3. We're fucking hyped. And then they announced a Apex Legends character who used a Titanfall Titan battery, and everyone was like, "This is fucking dog shit." Like, like nobody wants Apex anymore. Like, bring back fucking Titanfall. Like, but yeah, but we should here. We'll talk about Cyberpunk.
No, I completely like even Genshin Impact I can get because at least they release new shit. And same with Final Fantasy 14. Apex shouldn't be anywhere near here. Like
No.
Destiny could end up on this list before Apex, and that's saying something.
Yeah,
Fucking Diablo should be on this list before Apex. Literally any other game that's been out for over 2 years.
Roblox.
Roblox could be on here.
sure, dude.
I'm so
I hear they
pissed.
change their default avatar all the time. So, um, yeah, I mean, we've already talked about Cyberpunk a little bit earlier, but like, essentially, dude, like, this was all done because of the anime, man. This was all done because of the anime. The anime fucking brought this shit back. If you have not watched fucking Edge Runners yet, you are doing yourself a big disservice. It's a very short series.
Yeah, it was
So
a series I've been debating. Too bad I haven't
yeah,
entirely
dude, take a break from Ruby. Go watch Edge Runners, bro.
Well, if I
I'm
take a
telling you,
break from Ruby, I'll never watch Ruby
bro.
again. That's
Ruby
my
will.
like. I started watching Ahsoka, and I started watching the Teen Titans. I lost Ahsoka right away. I'm like, oh, because I can't watch a series and then watch another series at the exact same time.
You can if it
Gotcha.
intersperts like a really shitty movie, like say Leave the World Behind in the middle of it, and then you'll be like, "Wow, that was a complete shitty film." I'm glad that
Yeah,
there's other good shit like Ruby or Ahsoka out there.
yeah.
Um, Cyberpunk deserves to be on this list, and I remember one of my best memories of Cyberpunk. I put the Fallout playlist on, so it would play those old timey tunes while I was running around Night City. And I went into the basement, and I was supposed to just fucking murder one dude, but I had a bloodlust, so I'm like, I'm just gonna murder everybody down here. And Mr. Sandman started playing as soon as I started fucking murking everybody in the room. And
Heck,
I remember going back up on the elevator while I was like, do 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 do, and I'm like, this is straight out of a fucking movie, you know? so So I'm glad like fucking Cyberpunk tightened its shit and made the Night City that we've always wanted. Like the Broken Night City was funny as fuck to play, but now that we have Night City as it should be, uh,
Yeah.
I kind of want to jump back in.
Yeah, man. It's solid. It's a good game now. And then if you mod it on top of that, you can make it an even better game. So,
one of the bosses is Peter Griffin.
oh, shit. Why not, dude? Why not?
Sure, fuck it.
Peter Griffin, cyber psychosis.
All right, let's move on to the next category. Best indie
Oh,
game. So the nominees for this, and I think Jordan. Actually, I'm gonna give you reins to talk about the games once we reveal who the winner is. Uh, but the nominees are Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Viewfinder, and Sea of Stars. Can I get a drum roll, please? And the winner for Best Indie is Sea of Stars. So Jordan, you've played a lot more indie games than I have. You want to take this over?
yes. Okay, so I played 3 out of the 5 here. Um, and I'll be honest, I played maybe an hour or two of Sea of Stars, and at this point, I played 2 hours of Dredge. And then Dave the Diver was honestly like when I picked Dave the Diver up, I fucking addicted, dude. Like could not put it down. And Dredge, I'm feeling that right now. But Sea of Stars, man, just I don't know, dude. It feels like fucking. Do you remember Son of Mana? Like Golden Sun. Golden Sun is what it was called. There was an old Game Boy Advance game called Golden Sun, and it's it's the typical like your party's inside of like one person and you walk around and you find things and you fight creatures and it pushes the narrative and a story along and it's like this fantasy world. Honestly, it didn't feel like it invented anything new to me. It didn't feel like it invented anything new. I kind of felt like I'd played it before and I don't know. And so who knows? Maybe it's one of the best stories of all time. I don't think that should be the fucking like the deciding factor for best indie game because being an indie game, it's all about you're trying to innovate. It's indie for a reason. You're innovating. You're trying to do something really fucking well. But I don't know. Dave the Diver and Dredge kind of scratch the same itch for me. It's one of those games where you manage resources, go out, gather. You actually gather fish in both games and then you sell them and you have to get other resources and upgrade your stuff and it's like one of those games where you get resources, upgrade your stuff, you can do more, but there's also a narrative going on that you're like, oh, like this is pretty cool, and missions and stuff. So I don't know, personally I think Dave the Diver should have won. It had massive hype, people loved it. I thought it was very innovative. There is no game like it.
Is that
um
good?
Oh yeah, dude, it's really good. I recommend it if you want to just play something on the controller. Um, there are times where it's a little bit like it's like, well, I need this type of fish, but I have to wait a couple days or whatever, and so it can be a little repetitive at times, but it's really good, dude. Like it definitely scratches a progression itch. I would check it out. Dredge is also really good. I'm enjoying it. And they both got massive amounts of hype through the community. So I don't know. Sea of Stars. The only reason I even checked Sea of Stars out is because it won, and then I was like, because I was like, oh wow, it got best indie game. This actually must be good. And then I was like, cool.
Oh,
Like
it's like
I don't know about yeah,
every JRPG out there. A hero
100%. That is
rises up.
exactly what it is. Yep. So yeah, man. But I don't know.
So,
It is what it
Lord
is.
of Old Doorframe says it should have been Lethal Company. Have you played that?
Yes. So you know what, Lord of Aldor frames? I think I think you're onto something, man.
I mean,
You
I'm
know,
sure that.
yeah, I think it probably should have been Lethal Company.
Well, I feel
It,
like since Lethal Company mainly came out at the end of the year, it was just like, hey, not so much right now. Let's not do it that much.
yeah,
Cause
it might not have come out soon enough. Like
yeah,
it might have come out a little too late. They had already decided, who paid the most money to get the game, that plot. So they're like, oh, it's Sea of Stars. Yes. The weirdest part about Sea of Stars to me is it's on PlayStation 5's Game Pass or whatever. So if you want to go
huh,
play it, it's on Game Pass. So whatever their Game Pass equivalent is. So
the s-
yeah,
the play pass.
yeah. But Lethal Company is really good. Lord of All Doors.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try Dave the Diver and Dredge. Is Lethal Company scary?
Lethal
yeah,
Company is very scary. It's a good co-op game.
Okay.
Um, and yes, like it's good to play with other people, and you play in like you can be in Discord, but you want to mute your Discord and you want to use in-game audio.
yeah.
Because you'll kind of be running around and you'll be like talking, and then all of a sudden you'll be like, "Yo, where'd you go?" And like your buddy's gone, and they have a lot of different enemies, and it's like the fun of the game is kind of figuring it out. And you're the. Do you know what the gist of Lethal Company is?
No.
So you're a crew. You can be a crew of up to 4, and I think they have mods that make it even more.
Yeah.
But you essentially are going. You're in this little spaceship, and you have to like type command line and land on a planet, and then you land and you have to go find items and bring it back. You're finding salvage, and then at the end of like 3 or 4 days, you have to go and make quota, and you take the items and you bring it back and sell it to this thing. I don't even know what to call it, and that's essentially the gameplay loop, and you can like buy items with it, and the game progressively gets harder as you level up. Um, it's it's really dumb fun, and I think it's made by one dude,
Yeah.
so which is
The
pretty crazy.
Bracken is the worst. Like Bracken is probably my favorite enemy in that game. I haven't played it, but watching people go against the Bracken is
Yeah,
hilarious.
I might have
Because
to check this out.
the Bracken
yeah.
no joke just snaps your neck and drags your friend's body throughout
Oh,
the entire facility.
it just takes it. Yeah,
I
and so
might have to
like you
play
can
this with my brother. That
yeah, and
sounds amazing.
if you bring your buddy's body back to the ship too, it doesn't end up costing any money. But like there are creatures that will like pick items up and they'll pick your buddy up and like run away with.
The little bugs. I've seen
Yeah,
videos where somebody was like, "Well, I've got a great idea. They placed down a ladder, trying to escape a slime, and they like were over an edge trying to
yeah,
escape it, and a bug literally just ran by, picked up the ladder, ran away, and the guy just dropped and died."
yeah, dude, it's good. But yeah, I
Wrinkler
think
on the too is
that,
fun.
that's really it for the indie section.
All right, let's hit it, Micah. What you got next? Best debut indie game. So, the nominees for this one are Dredge, Pizza Tower, Venba, Viewfinder, and Cocoon. Today, the winner is, drumroll please, We were this close to greatness. Cocoon. So-
I'm
it
not
is.
gonna lie. When I first read this, I literally thought it said Coco Melon. I was like, seriously?
Well, Coco Melon might have been a good game. Does
You got
anybody
a fun.
know anything about Cocoon?
No, nothing. Literally
It,
nothing.
it's literally just you. I don't know, but it's literally just you in a tree in a cocoon, just watching you hatch, become a butterfly.
That sounds fucking amazing. I could definitely watch corn videos to that. So, I've watched one video on Cocoon, and it was Donkey's video of his review of it, and he gave it like praise beyond measure. So I might
Oh wow.
have to check out Cocoon.
Okay.
Uh, simply because of that. I mean, I actually Donkey's one of the few YouTubers' opinions that I actually respect nowadays, because he kind of remains true to the formula of not throwing out bullshit videos every second. And he loved Cocoon. So yeah.
Yeah, Donkey doesn't miss. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked Pizza Tower, and Dredge is on there too. But Cocoon must just be really good. So, and of course, Pizza Tower isn't gonna win. It's like he pixelated and it's a platformer, and it's really goofy. So, I don't think the Video Game Awards is allowed to like goofy things. It has to be artsy.
Oh, of course. So what do we got next? Best community support. Now, I got a problem with this one, and not for what you think it's going to be. But the nominees are Final Fantasy 16, No Man's Sky, Baldur's Gate 3, and Cyberpunk 2077. So the winner for best community support is
Oh, sorry.
Baldur's Gate
Amazing.
3, which I'm okay with this decision. Like they're actively supporting the game, adding new shit and upkeeping it. Like their feedback with the community is on point. And to read to you what best community support is, uh, let me pull it up.
So
Best
I
I
got
see
it
community.
up.
this thing where it says I have a running theory about the game awards. They choose the shittiest game that way everyone is upset together.
Mhm.
They choose. Yeah, no. Well, Baldur's Gate 3, I can get behind that. But best community support is recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity, and game updates patches. What that means in layman's terms is a developer that listens to its customers' feedback and implements that in game. So that being said, why in the ever living fuck is Destiny 2 in best community support?
Yeah, definitely should not be.
I guess a good example of best community support is firing the composer of fucking Halo like a bunch of dipshits that Bungie are. Okay, I'm gonna get angry at them. So I need to like tone it down. I'm really angry with
Oh,
what Destiny 2 has been doing with their bullshit mechanics for the past like ever since Destiny 2 launched. The game has gone to the point where it's convoluted, inflated. It has gridlocked shit that people paid for and got rid of it in the game. And now they've gone ahead and like fired one of the most iconic people of our generation that created the Halo soundtrack. I
I
don't know
see
what
that.
Bungie thinks it's doing. I really don't.
Well, they've got a bunch of addicts who keep buying Destiny 2 expansions, so until they go away, they're gonna keep doing it.
Well, they're
They have.
definitely
Oh, go ahead.
they're not fully not providing community support. And Destiny, the reason there were so many layouts. Okay, so I read into this. When Sony acquired Bungie, they promised everyone they're like, it's okay, we're not gonna lay anybody off. You're all gonna be all right. And then Destiny 2 vastly underperformed this year because nobody bought their bullshit. And now we got 100 layoffs, including some of the most iconic names in video games.
Yeah, well, it's weird to me because isn't Bungie developing Marathon?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
and dude, Marathon should be sick as fuck.
Wait, so Sony's running Destiny 2 right now?
yeah.
Yes.
That means
Well,
that's probably why it's on the list, is because they're trying to make it so Sony doesn't get upset that they never made it onto the thing.
Well, then they fucked up because they should have given Spider-Man an award.
Nah.
Like, I don't know.
maybe it just didn't deserve an award. I'm
Okay,
just kidding. Don't hurt me.
I'm trying to think of like. Here we go. Best community support: Resident Evil 4. They gave us Mercenaries for free, and then they went ahead and added Ada Wong's story. That's listening to feedback and implementing it into the game.
Best community support: Escape from Tarkov.
Escape from Tarkov, fucking Fortnite.
No, I'm joking. Tarkov is the worst community support. They actively fucking hate their users. It's the worst experience. But that game is like crack cocaine to don't ever play it. Just don't ever play it.
I
Well, I
actually
agree.
have no intention of ever playing it.
Yeah.
Go on, Spider
I,
Dude.
I agree with Kenny because you did say Fortnite too. Like Fortnite's actually been recently listening to everybody. Like they added this weird game mechanic while running. It was like super weird because your character would move weird ways. Fortnite, like maybe like 2 weeks later, while they were trying to fix it, they just released an update. But they fixed all of that, and they're like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, they
Pack it.
added Legos and fucking the old school map of Fortnite and Guitar Hero in there. I'm like, all right, Fortnite, you got my fucking attention now. You know, unlike Destiny, which Destiny's on here for some fucking reason. This is when I read this list and I saw some of the winners and I saw like the fucking runner-ups. I'm beginning to think this whole fucking thing is staged. And it has less to do with video games, and like I said in the beginning, it has more to do with paid advertisements and fucking video game reveals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's the next one?
This one would be
This
Best
one's an interesting one.
best AR VR game. Our nominees for this are Synapse, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village, Gran Turismo 3, and Humanity. So, the winner of Best AR VR game is Resident Evil Village, which I actually agree with. Because Capcom does a killer VR
Is
mode.
it on Oculus?
No.
Is this a game that's only on like PlayStation?
Yes.
Dude, I fucking hate Sony. Fuck them.
Yep. I know. Look, I'm right there with you, dude. Like, I love the Resident Evil 4 VR. And, well, no. I love the Resident Evil. Yeah, no. Resident Evil 4 VR on Oculus was fucking a whole nother level of playing Resident Evil. And now they're doing the Resident Evil 4 remake on the Sony PlayStation and Resident Evil Village on the Sony PlayStation. And I want to almost go out and buy a VR headset for my PlayStation just so I can play
Don't do
those two.
it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Buy it and then return it. Like, because dude, here's my thing. So when Oculus and Steam first came out, when Oculus and the Valve first came out, right? They were divided. You know, there was games in Oculus, there was games in the Vive that you could only play on Steam, right? But then it was cool because Steam is like, yo, we're cool with this shit. You guys can mod the fuck out of our headsets. Like, so people made an app where you could play Oculus games on your Vive, which was great because I was like, cool, I can buy Oculus games. And Oculus was kind of weird about it, but then they were like, you know what, like, you're right, we don't care. We want to sell these games to people who own Vive, so that's awesome. Like, thanks for creating this app, and that was like an open source app. What's cool now, man, is Steam is still doing it. And I don't know why, because they should be wanting people to buy their headsets. But dude, they've released a new Steam Link, it's an app that you install on your Oculus. It's not like fucking weird or anything. It's literally in the App Store. Like it's not like you have to do anything funky. And dude, I'm playing my fucking Steam VR games again on my Oculus headset. When it's you couldn't do that before, right? And so I don't know. I hate when it's like the console wars all over again and exclusivities. Like, dude, like I don't know any other people in VR that have played this game or have played Horizon because nobody fucking who owns a PlayStation is also playing VR stuff.
I
I just
would
don't.
I would actually say it's worse than the console wars because at least with the console wars, you know, they stayed in the first like things. Like for instance, Microsoft launched with Halo. Halo's never leaving Microsoft. Sony launched with God of War. It's never leaving God of War. But now Microsoft has exclusive rights to like Bethesda, and Sony has exclusive rights to like VR Capcom games, and as well as like Spider-Man and other Marvel games. So it's like they're segregating the market on games that people actually fucking care about and have a fan base for, but bought the wrong system.
Yeah,
In my
and
opinion, the
I'll
one
go.
game that holds like Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, like on a tether line together is Minecraft. Because every single one of them has Bedrock Edition of Minecraft. It's like, hey,
Now you might have been too young, but back in our days when we were young, we had to walk up hill both ways in the snow to play Minecraft on another system.
Dude, I remember when Minecraft was
oh,
in beta, bro.
Yeah.
Like that shit was nuts, bro. Like I remember, and dude, just in Hero Brine and all that shit. So here's my thing, dude. So I'm looking at a list right now. We won't talk about VR too long. I'm just, a little bit salty. So in 2023, we had an amazing roguelite shooter called Light Brigade come out. If you haven't played that on your Oculus yet, dude, highly recommend it. Great game. We
yeah.
also had the Assassin's Creed game that came out, which is really good as well. People are ranting and raving about it. We had Ghost of Tabor, which I'll be honest, Ghost of Tabor, I'm a little sour on because I bought the Oculus version, and dude, it makes me sick as fuck because the Oculus is just not beefy enough to run it. The 3 might be good, but I'm not about to go pay $500 for a new headset just yet when my 2 plays fine and I can play it. So like, I bought Ghost of Tabor on my PC now, so I'll see how that plays through Steam Link. But dude, like those 3 titles right there deserved to be nominated. Like it's insane. And Vertigo 2 is another one. And like, and like the reality, dude, is like I know you guys probably haven't heard of those games, but like, let's be real. I don't know. Like Kirby, did you already know about the Resident Evil VR mode
Yeah.
Village?
Yeah, it
Okay,
pissed me off.
yeah,
Because I don't have a Sony headset. And I know that Horizon Call of the Mountain was supposedly really or done really well. But I haven't heard of the other 3. Like I don't give a shit about Gran Turismo. Honestly, I get it. Look, there's people out there that love these racing games, but unless you're going off road, I'm just doing the fucking NASCAR racing again and again and again. Not a big fan of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
and
There's one,
Humanity and Synapse, I don't even know what those are.
yeah,
there's
but
one
yeah.
game I really want on VR now that it came out, and that's Lethal Company. Can't wait until that goes on to VR.
Oh no, dude, that's like when they put Phasmophobia on VR too. Phasmophobia in VR is horrifying. Um,
Honestly, there's 2 games that I really want to play in VR, and that was Hitman 3, which I have in VR.
yes.
I'm too lazy to put it together because I have to set up my laptop and then I have to link my Oculus and then I have to like jump in, which might sound like not a lot and it isn't, but you underestimate the depths of my laziness. And the other one is Among Us.
Yeah,
Among Us is on VR. I thought.
it is. It is. It's pretty funny, dude.
I feel like I'd have a blast with that because I always tell everyone it's my brother. I'm like, it was him. And then when they're like, how could it possibly be orange? And I'm like, I saw orange uh eat
Red.
somebody eat green, you know? And then they'll eject him, and it's obviously not him. And then I'm laughing my ass off. And then they eject me the next time, regardless of whether or not I'm the bad guy.
Those days were fun. I remember when me, you, Davey, and all of us, like, me and Davey were at the fireworks stand. We were just sitting there, and you would call us and be like, "Hey, y'all want to play Among Us?" So I'd go to the other side, and we'd all just play Among Us, and we'd all be like, and it would be with random people too, and it'd be like, "Hey, it's horror."
Yeah, and Peter would try to defend himself, but I took 2 years of public speaking, so I could sit there and be like, no, it was definitely him, and turn the crowd to my favor. And I almost always get him ejected, which is fantastic.
Ah,
All right, so next category, unless anybody's got anything else.
No, my disappointment is over.
Best action game, and you know what? Jordan, you and I might be fighting on this one. The nominees for this are Ghost Runner 2, Armored Core 6, Dead Island 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. So the winner of Best Action Game for 2023 is Armored
Armored
Core.
Core. Yes. I don't know, man. I liked Armored Core. I had to stop playing it because having a newborn and trying to play a Souls-like game. Well, not a Souls-like game, but you know what I mean. Like the whole dodge mechanic and like trying to like I had to stop because I was like getting too frustrated with having a crying baby. I didn't also need a game to frustrate the shit out of me. But I mean, yeah, dude. I don't know. I think it deserves an award.
Honestly, yes. Armored, like, the argument we're going to have is, like, the better of two games. Godzilla versus King Kong. Because I would have gone with Remnant 2. I fucking love Remnant. When I started playing it and I realized that it A can beat my ass like any Dark Souls game out there, B I can overcome it, and C it's different each time you roll it. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to get sucked into this game. And sucked in did I get. Like
Hmm.
I have not put down Remnant in the past like 3 weeks,
he
and
really hasn't.
I haven't even gotten to Remnant 2 yet. In fact, Dad and I are just now talking about going to Remnant 2. And I heard it's even more off the fucking chain insane than one was. So I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Which
Remnant 2 is also like you play. How big are the groups, the parties?
three?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think maybe Remnant 2 probably deserved to win just on multiplayer alone. But it was probably a tough one for them.
Honestly, like I said, it's Godzilla versus King Kong. Like this is a good conversation to have because Armored Core was a good game. You know, minus the fucking gate locking first boss that apparently either made or break you, would either make or break you for the rest of the game. Uh,
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
but then again, if you're buying a fucking game from the creator of Sekiro and Dark Souls and Elden Ring, you kind of expect that.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into.
Ghost Runner, I can see that being like, you know, a huge fan base. I can understand why that's on there. I can also understand why Hi-Fi Rush is on there. Don't understand why Dead Island 2 is on there. Uh,
Yeah, I feel like that game was dog.
Dead Island 2 is like the fucking it's it's a popcorn game. Dead Island 2 makes a great in between games. Like kind of like Diablo where you're just like I don't really want to start another really great game yet. I just want a palate cleanser. That's where Dead Island 2 comes in.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about Dead Island, also like, didn't what's the other Dying Light? Didn't Dying Light 2 come out this year?
No, that was like 2 years ago.
Was that? Oh wow,
Yeah.
has it really been that long?
Yeah, dude, we're old as fuck.
Dying Light 2 came out in 2022. Yeah, February 4th, so like early. Okay, so that's why. I was gonna say like I'd rather play Dying Light 2 over Dead Island.
You want to
Dude, have you
feel
guys?
you want to
Oh, go
feel
ahead.
really old? Go look up how old Mean Girls what or one is.
Oh, it's old.
I know. I was like, I saw
I
that
like
today, and I'm like, oh,
hard.
2004.
I guess I better just fucking sign up for Social Security now.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Have you guys played Blade Runner 1?
I have not.
No,
Ghost Runner. Is it Ghost Runner or is it Blade Runner? It's Ghost
it's
Runner. My
Ghost
bad.
Runner.
Ghost Runner. Yeah. I've been watching the Blade Runner movies too. Uh, Ghost Runner is really good, guys. Like if you like a quick action paced um platformer game, definitely check it out. It scratches the speedrunning itch. It has great platforming. The first one's amazing. I need to play the second game. I need to just pick it up. I've been kind of waiting on it, and the first one is awesome. So I can only imagine they took all the money they made from the first one and made a good game for the second. I
Is it
mean, if it's on
like,
this fucking list, it has to be good.
is it like Hades, or is it like,
No, it's more story driven. Um, what could I compare it to? Um, I honestly don't know, man. It's more of it's more of your standard platformer. Like you run around, you can run on walls, you can slow down time, you can use these abilities to cut through enemies and stuff. But it's the beautiful thing about it is it's very fluid. So like you play as kind of how you want to play. Like if you're trying to optimize every fucking second of every movement, this game is for you. If you just want to feel like a badass fucking ninja with a sword, running around, chopping people up, deflecting bullets, then that's for you. And it's got a
Yeah,
pretty good story.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I
check
I
that
recommend it.
stuff.
Yeah, it's probably cheap as fuck because Ghost Runner 1 came out a while back.
So, let's see. The next category, Mr. Micah, if you could.
Do, 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 do.
Best action adventure game. The nominees for this are Alan Wake 2, Tears of the
Uh-oh.
Kingdom, Spider-Man 2. I like that. Uh-oh. Resident Evil 4 and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So the winner of best action adventure game is we did it, guys. Tears of the Kingdom. Listen, all right, first of all, I am fucking glad that this is on here because Tears of the Kingdom deserved to at least win one award, if not a lot more awards than just one. So that's a win for me. Also, great transition, guys. The only
Yeah,
one, the only other two that I would put right up there with an actual, uh,
I'm probably gonna agree with you with this one if I sense what you're talking about.
tier. Well, yeah. The only other two games I can see competing against this, that is Spider-Man 2. Uh, because I couldn't fucking put Spider-Man 2 down for an entire weekend. There has been two games this year where I lost sleep because of them, and that was Zelda and Spider-Man, and then Resident Evil 4. Uh,
Oh,
just just because I'm hugely fucking biased towards Resident Evil 4. So that's a me thing, but I'm glad that it made it on to one of the categories.
my two, I was thinking of Jedi Survivor and Spider Man, along with Tears of the Kingdom.
I do like Jedi Survivor, but I'd have to say Resident Evil because Resident Evil, even when I got sucked into Diablo, even when I got sucked into any other game, I could still pick up Resident Evil for a week and beat it and then put it down and then come back a week later or another month or two later, pick it up, beat it again. It's like the type of game that I can just mindlessly play through while listening to a podcast and still feeling like a badass because all my guns are uploaded or upgraded.
Fair. I've
But
just never played Resident Evil, so I don't understand that. So.
but Spider-Man definitely deserves its spot on this list. And I get it, guys. I've bashed the shit out of Alan Wake 2. I think Alan Wake 2 should have won an award or two. I don't think it should have clean swept the first like 6 awards of the fucking night.
Nah.
Yeah, I think they should limit it to one award, the Game Awards. Like it should be whatever you were the best in. Like, but oh well, my opinion doesn't matter to the Game Awards.
Oh, the game. I'm beginning to think the Game Awards are paid off.
I think
But yeah.
it's money. Yeah, I think if I had a lot of money, I could make Minecraft the best winning game for every single one. So
Game Awards is just basically Rotten Tomatoes in my.
I'll just go there and be like, here's $1 billion, make Overwatch the best in each category, and watch the world burn.
yeah,
Like, you know how many people would get pissed off about that? It'd be fantastic. All right, let's.
Spy into the Game Awards just so somebody could sit there and see how they choose the games, and then reveal it to the world, and then game over.
I think they should let people vote and pick.
Yeah, not these
Realistically,
fucking journalists. Like,
yeah, who can't even play games.
they can't. Well, okay, I guess to an extent they can, but I
Have
feel
you
like
watched a journalist play a video game?
no, I don't
It's like
watch that
watching a
shit.
toddler fiddle around with some fucking blocks. Fucking not Castlevania, Wolfenstein made fun of it. They literally have a mode, and I think it literally says like, "This mode's for you, journalists," or something like that. Like, and it's like it's got fucking Blaster Witch sucking on a binky, so as the icon. So yeah,
Well,
Nice.
then, yeah, fuck them. Because honestly, the people's choice was way different than. I mean, the clear winner came out, and we'll discuss it at the end. But you know, it was different choices. There wasn't fucking Destiny 2 in there. There wasn't like whatever the other bullshit that we called out uh for ongoing game was in there. Like I I'm vastly unhappy with the video game awards. When I saw this alongside fucking actually fuck the game awards is right, soggy bees knees. And we got some news coming through at the very end of this where we're gonna drop some shit on y'all because
literal.
what while literally while researching this, I just got more and more angry and I'll save that for the end of the podcast. So what do we got next?
We have Best RPG.
Best RPG, guys. Our nominees for this are Liza P, Sea of Stars, Final Fantasy 16, Starfield, and Baldur's Gate 3. Can I get? Oh, the winner of Best RPG is Baldur's Gate 3. And you know what? I agree with him.
Yeah. This is. I think if they could only win one, this is 100%. Like it is literally. It is the RPG. It is a tabletop game built using a computer engine. It's 100% the best RPG this year. It's probably 100% the best RPG game for like the last decade. So
Yeah, like Baldur's Gate 3 set the standard for how RPGs should be made and how feedback for the community should be implemented and how like just in general uh they made D&D. Like they revitalized what made Skyrim great and turned it into another game. You know, cuz Skyrim was the original D&D game that was based off D&D. And now Baldur's Gate 3 has raised that bar. So they 100% deserve the accolades. I've actually talked to my dad about it, and we're planning on doing a playthrough at some point.
Oh,
yeah, dude, there's supposedly like over 190,000 different voice lines. 190,000 voice lines.
Also, Soggy Bees Knees, about like feeling bad about the Game Awards with the GTA 6 trailer. At least Rockstar like gave us something good. Like what I read about when I okay, let me back it up. people were beginning to realize that the video game awards, when somebody won an award, like let's say the developer of Baldur's Gate 3 won an award, and he went up and to like talk about it, and he was like, "Hey guys, I made this great game with this great team." They would give him like maybe like a minute or two to do their acceptance speech before ushering them off stage and be like, "Here's the next shitty game reveal for 2024." So fuck the video game awards because Rockstar wasn't a part of it, and when they dropped GTA 6, it had every right to overshadow Geoff fucking Keighley's clown show this year.
Yeah. So the big problem, Lord of All Doors, is these journalists are not paid to tell you what the best games are. They're paid to make you click articles. They're paid to make you look at more ads, and they also are literally paid by companies that sponsor their magazine, and they don't want to say anything too bad about a game, because if they do, they might decide to pull sponsorship. They might decide, hey, we don't want to give money to this magazine anymore, or we don't want to be involved in the video game awards because they just shit on our games because they're bad. But
Yeah, that's why when Christopher Judge made the comment of like, my speech is longer than the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, which is fucking hilarious. You could hear a pin drop in the crowd because
yeah,
everyone's like, "Oh, if
yeah,
I
it's like, oh
laugh at
shit.
that, is Activision still going to play my company?"
Yeah, Activision's gonna fucking
Well, that's
blackball
why.
our company.
That's why if they want actual like good ratings for the Game Awards, don't let the reporters do it. Let the YouTubers do it. Like
Well,
they have.
let us do it.
Yeah,
Well, I
let
mean
us
like
do it.
bigger
Come to us.
YouTube
We will
or a
be
streamer,
your
but like
feet on the ground. And no, okay, Micah, I like you, buddy.
what? I'm just saying because they're probably never gonna go to the people. They're never gonna be like, "Hey, these guys don't matter. They're
Um,
dumb."
Well,
I
YouTubers,
mean,
they have something to get by because they can actually watch. Like people can actually watch the YouTubers play it,
I
and
except
mean,
then debate on the game.
would you let Video Game Donkey do the video game picks,
I mean like
Kirby?
good ones like
okay,
Jacksepticeye.
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa, whoa! Video Game Donkey is the fucking best one.
well, I don't
Um.
know who that is. I thought you guys were
oh,
criticizing
oh,
him.
no,
The
no,
way you
he's.
were going with your voice didn't sound good. Okay,
I
I
was
was
Okay,
more
like,
convincing
oh,
Kirby Crook to your point that I think the YouTubers would be a better representation of us than journalists.
let
I can agree with
me
that.
let me counterpoint this. The problem I have with YouTubers is drama drives sales. So if they if they play a game and they go, "Oh, this I kind of like this game, but here's all the problems I have with it," they're gonna put "Here's the problems with this game" as the name of their title, and they're mostly gonna be fucking touching upon that to get people pissed off, so they pay the YouTuber to continue playing the game and complaining about future games. There are a couple YouTubers whose opinions I value, and that would
Yeah,
be like Yahtzee is pretty fucking fair about his shit and pretty funny. Donkey is pretty good about like giving you the uh, the real scoop of it, but they're usually not the ones that drop a video every 5 seconds, either reacting to video game news, complaining about a video game, or reacting to other YouTubers reacting about video game news.
yeah, you're right. They are a little bit. They are still controlled by. Their goal is not to tell you the best games. Their goal is to get you to click on their videos. So
that's fair.
yeah,
Th-
nah,
This
man.
is why,
Don't you
guys.
hate when Crook's right? This guy sucks.
I'm very jaded. I spent a lot of time on Reddit, and
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's like the closest thing you can get because, like Suggy says, why not ask the actual
that
gamers on their
that's what I
opinion on the
think.
Game
I think
Awards?
gamers should be able to vote, but I mean, but
But like,
you should have to
they're
be able to
never gonna
pick off
go
a
there.
list, because
Yeah,
I think there would have to be a curated list of like 50 games or something like that for each category. Because could you imagine like Thomas the Train Game of the Year, like we got fucking Bluey's Adventure Game of the Year, let's fucking go. So yeah, like
listen, we will give you the truth. I've never shied away from my opinion. Whether I
Never.
think a game is great or not, I'll tell you straight up.
Oh, he
Yeah.
will.
As long
He will
as
destroy anybody who like
He'll get you.
starts saying something. He'll just be like, "I have enough games.
Yeah, he'll show up.
You."
so listen to our podcast, the fucking Stone Gauntlet, because we are here for you. We are the gamers on the street playing these games, telling you what we think.
Yeah. I will say I only played 23 games last year though, so that not good.
Well, that's
That's
why
probably
you're in charge of anime.
that's probably why I've only played like maybe like 12 this year, but it's no, it's
Yo,
count.
I didn't tell you about this spider dude, but you know Ruby has some games, right?
I know. I saw that. I actually, when I get paid, I'm planning on buying the first.
Classic Ruby fans.
Yeah.
You guys see attractive woman, must pay money.
Well, I sent a gift to Kenny and Jordan a while ago, and Kenny's like, "Ooh, who's she from?"
Yeah, well, the thing
Oogly boogly, she's attractive.
dude,
Um,
this is why I'm like $1,000 in debt to Blizzard. because every fucking time they release some new Widowmaker skin, and then like my primitive brain just kicks in, even
yeah,
though I never
neurons
get to see it.
activated.
He's
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, big butts, and it's
You're a lizard, and I don't blame you, dude. I mean, Overwatch came from porn, so it's
I
okay.
think they're
Um,
literally just making porn at this point.
yeah. Um, no, but I mean, yeah, it's funny, but no, we can continue.
Okay. All right. Next category. Let's do this.
beast fighting game."
Best fighting game. Guys, the nominees are God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl for some fucking reason, Pocket
Yeah.
Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. The winner of Best Fighting Game is
Not Nickelodeon.
thank God. Okay, look, if
Can
you're
you
gonna
imagine?
make if you would be fucking I'd be writing. It would be done. Look, if you're gonna make a shitty like Smash fucking knockoff that makes me play it and want to just play Smash instead, give them fucking voices. Try that. That would be a good start for your game, especially if they're recognizable shit like SpongeBob or Cat Dog. All the stuff that we know. Make them make sounds and say shit, and boom, you're a little bit closer to ripping off Smash Brothers successfully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't. When it comes to fighting games, I fucking suck at them. So I don't get to say shit. I used to play a lot of Mortal Kombat 10, I think, when it came out. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about Street Fighter, and I know you can like create your own character and stuff and play through the campaign. So I know a lot of people really enjoyed it. So I think it makes the most sense that such a prestige franchise, their newest release wins it. Because I mean, yeah, if Nickelodeon All Star Brawl won, I got fucking Powdered Toast Man, fucking in the game. Yeah, that doesn't deserve to win. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I'm really, really good at learning the combo of Enchantress, where it's just one combo, and using that against my friend who also sucks at video games, fighting wise, and then just pissing him off with that over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I honestly think that fighting games are reserved to the indie game creators. Like, there was literally a farm one for a while where there's a bunch of farm animals like fighting each other, and it was really good. And then you have like Skullgirls.
I'm gonna attack you with
Very.
a pig.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna attack you with a pig. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I mean they were literally that, and I don't know. So, but
I,
yeah,
th- I mean, honestly, off of Nickelodeon Brawl, Street Fighter 6 revitalized the genre because it introduced like the world fighting where you can kind of explore the streets and fight like the major characters of Street Fighter with your own character.
oh, is
And
it
you
open world?
it kind of is if as far as I'm aware, I haven't actually played it, but I've read a lot of it.
It it kind of looks like Yakuza, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, okay.
like you'll bump into like Ryu, and you'll end up fighting him and learning shit from him.
You'll kind of
So,
bump into Chun Li.
yeah, right?
Oh, hey, the Fortnite girl, right?
Listen,
It's the girl
the
from Fortnite.
Fortnite girl. What is wrong with this generation?
Yeah, Master
Trust
Chief,
me, every
the
time a
Fortnite
kid has
guy.
said, every time somebody has said that, like, especially after it happened with Master Chief, where it's just like, hey, it's the guy from Fortnite. I just wanted to pull, like, any weapon out and, like, die.
It's
Nah,
like, God damn it.
but dude, I give Fortnite mad props. I mean, dude, I remember I bought the battle pass and played Fortnite just because they had a Doom guy. I mean, what marketing, bro? Like they knew they know what their people want, and I'm not even one of their people. Like I was just like, a Doom guy exists, I'm buying it. Like,
Well, I'm not gonna lie, when they released the Ninja Turtles, I bought Leonardo right away. I actually cried because it's the closest thing I have gotten to, like, a level where you can actually play as the turtle, but like in that style. That's what I want. Like if they gave me like how people have been wanting from like an Arkham Knight game, but like for the last Ronin, that's what I want. I want to play as the turtle.
yeah, I mean, Last Ronin's supposed to come out fairly soon, right? I think 2024.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
With Fortnite, like I said, or like you said, I gotta give him mad props. It's the only game where you can fucking murk Optimus Prime as John Wick.
yeah,
So, in that sense, Fortnite is fucking amazing. And uh, we were discussing this at the office the other day because my friend recently got into Fortnite, and now he's like, I'm thinking about buying Solid Snake, and I'm like, that's where it begins, bro. Because the next thing you
Because
know,
I'll lose thousands.
you've given thousands to Epic, but you got a really cool roster of characters that just look
Yeah.
dope. You know,
Like it's cool
thousands.
seeing in my locker Leonardo, Peter Griffin, Iron Man, and Optimus Prime all like next to each other. It's like cool.
listen,
Peter Griffin.
I'm gonna say it here and now though, I'm not spending another damn dime on Fortnite. Unless,
Good.
of course,
That's
Epic you
yeah.
decide to release Tomb Raider, then I'll totally buy the shit out of that. Or Shredder.
Yeah, they have to like for me now, like after like doing so much with it, they have to actually release like good things like the Turtles. I was fully up for that. That was $30 right into the thing.
Yeah, but they
Um,
they also need to follow that with Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, and Baxter Stockman.
yeah.
And Casey
I'll
Jones.
put
Like,
that.
it's a missed opportunity if you don't.
Yeah.
God, I would totally run around as a Shredder. It's like, bring me the turtles.
Yeah, they already released Tomb Raider. Also, supposedly from like random person, I did see that they were re-releasing some skins, one including Mr. Beast, which actually released today, which I'm hoping is true because supposedly Kratos is supposed to come back, but
Oh
I
Let
yeah.
me
don't
know
know.
if that drops.
Okay, we'll
Because
do.
I'll also buy the shit out of that. Yes, they did release Tomb Raider. She was only part of a battle pass, which pisses me off to this. Because Lara
Yeah,
Croft is like the one girl I'd go in and spend $20 on Call of Duty for, which I did. So, and I still haven't played her. But I got Lara Croft in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 2.5, also known as 3.
that's how I feel with Rocket League. I literally went in. I bought Lightning McQueen, and I only played like 5 rounds, and I haven't played it since.
Yeah, we should start playing Rocket League, bro.
I'll do that. Yeah, can't
I'm
wait.
Yeah,
like flat, so um yeah, well you guys cool to move on?
yeah, let's do it. Best family game. So the nominees for this are Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Mario Bros. Wonder. The winner for Best Family Game is Mario Bros. Wonder, and I don't like looking at this list. The only other contender against it was probably Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, it was Party Animals, because Party Animals is a fun game. It's just not more of a family game unless you have, like, several different consoles, like, to play with family. If that's where this section's getting at, then other than that, you need different consoles for it.
Party Animals over Mario Bros. Wonder.
No, I agree, I entirely agree with Mario Bros. Wonder. I'm just saying
No,
another one.
dude. Stand your ground. Tell Crook shut up.
Yeah, you
Get
can do that.
out of here.
Well, because no, I entirely agree with Mario Bros. Wonder because like once it came out, my mom bought it for her Switch, and like that same night, the entire family just, well, four of us hopped on and was just like, let's go. And like the fact that you can play as Yoshi now, I'm happy. Okay.
So I think we're all in agreement. Mario Bros. Wonder clean
Yes, it
clean
deserves
sweep
that.
that. Like it also should have won other stuff in this. Anyway,
Entirely. Because like you said like a while back, Mario's Bros. Wonder did actually like do great.
Innovate.
Really
Yeah.
good. Like, because like I enjoyed playing this just because like you get like I don't know if you guys have played it, but you get like different like I'm gonna call them augments because that's kind of what they seem like, but like different things that you can actually add to your story, like the hat, like how Luigi has the giant hat. That's like an actual thing, the first thing you get, and you fly across the map with it. See, the funny thing is, I played with my friends. They were all trying to figure that out. I was flying. Every time they would try it, they'd fall right into a hole. It was hilarious.
and that's
You
the
know, just
beauty of
Our friends until he figured it out.
that's the beauty of like a fucking Mario game with co-op is that you can screw over your friends like all the time. I
Like
s-
especially now that you can ride the Yoshis. Like if you're a friend playing as a Yoshi, and your other friend's riding you as Mario, I think there is a way to get them off your back. So you can just hop them right over a hole and just get off my back. Whee!
yeah, yeah, I've had my friend fucking play Yoshi or like Mario with Yoshi in Mario Maker and then eat me and shit me out as an egg over the ledge like a fucking asshole. And I've picked him up and thrown him in the ledges too. Mario is fucking wonderful as a family.
Yes, entirely. Although that's like what you just said, like the whole pick me up thing. That's the one thing I don't like about Super Mario's Wonder is that you can't do that. The only like interaction you have is
Dude has ridden me.
true story. But like the only interaction you have with the other people is them writing you as Yoshi.
I'm seeing stars. All right, let's do the next category.
Okay.
Best
Racing
sports
game.
racing game. Now, right off the top, I don't know anything about
Yeah, bro.
sports
We're
or
about to
racing
we're
I
games.
about to
do.
announce this and
I can
skip
only
it.
talk about one
Uh,
though.
Micah can talk about it.
Me and Lord of Door Frames can talk about one of the announcements, and I kind of wish it actually won, but I'm fine with the
But
Is
I,
it
person.
the Fortnite racing game?
No,
Okay.
since since I didn't want to receive emails on Micah's email account being like, "Why didn't you guys do racing games?" I included this here. The nominees for best sports racing game is Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, The Crew Motorfest, Forza Motorsport, EA Sports FC 24, and F1 23. And the best sports racing game of 2023 is
Rocket League.
Forza
ooh,
Motorsport.
All right, cool. All right, next.
well, hold on.
Oh no.
I do want to get to a point. Like I said, there is a game that me and Lord of Door Frames have played in this list, and that's Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. I actually enjoyed it because him for some odd reason, me and Lord of Doorframes got hooked into Hot Wheels One, which surprisingly we almost completed the entire like collection of all the cars. I'm pretty sure Lord of Doorframes got every single car except one, but Hot Wheels Unleashed, like me and Lord of Doorframes. Fun story about this. We were talking about in the first one, like, hey, they should add jumps. They should add like different things we were talking about that. And then they released the whole trailer about Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. They added jumps, they added everything we pretty much wanted in the game. They added like if you grew up with Hot Wheels, this is a game you want to play because it's like Pokemon. You want to collect every single car because you see cars there like, oh my gosh, I had that one playing as a child. Like that's one thing I want to say with the racing games. So,
You know what? I
Oh
know
yeah.
fuck all about racing games, so yeah, Hot Wheels Unleashed. Sure.
The only racing games that I've ever played, and just three. Need for Speed Most Wanted. It was the one that came out around like 2000.
Fuck yeah.
I want to say like 2013, 2012, 2011 area. Was fucking sick, dude. I mean, they made you play with all the cars and do challenges, and like that was fun as fuck. Um, Jack X Racing, uh, which was actually decent, even though they fucking ruined the Jack and Daxter franchise by releasing that game. But I haven't played many driving games, so that's it. And then the last one is Crash Bandicoot Racing.
You've
You
never
guys
played
remember
Mario
that?
Kart?
yeah, I was about to say, come on,
Mario,
Mike.
Mario Kart doesn't count.
Well, it's a
It's
racing game.
Yeah, it is a racing game. You are right, but Mario Kart is one of those ones where it's like, I don't know. I don't. It,
Listen, if Forza Motorsport allowed you to throw a red shell up someone's ass in the middle of the track, it would shoot right to the top of my list.
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Hey, getting
Up
blue
their
shell
ass.
is the worst
Yeah.
thing, but getting the honorary blue shell to throw at your friends, it's amazing.
Oh, my
Like,
favorite is when I'm in second place and I see that thing whiz right past me, and I'm just like, "Oh, you're fucked up there at the front. Can't
have
wait
you
to pass you." Yeah.
Yeah,
have you ever
that's what.
played with custom items in Mario Kart?
Yeah,
Actually, no, I have not.
turn off
We
the blue
gotta do
shell.
it. It's chaos because there's a for the custom items, you can just make it so it's all blue shells.
See, Jordan, I don't think you understand where Mike is going when he says, "Have you played with custom items?" He wants to make it as chaotic as possible.
Trust me.
That would do it.
This is like
If you
saying, "Have you played with custom items in Smash Bros?" and make them all Pokeballs and put it on very high drop rate.
Now that's a good time.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's a
because
good time.
because so like okay, no joke. With blue shells, it only goes first place. So, like, if you do only blue shells, it's so chaotic when you're in first. So, like, you don't want to be in first at all until the very end. Because because all that drop, all you get is blue shells, including first place. So you get a blue shell, you throw it, it doesn't go forward. It goes right above your head and drops on you.
That's pretty funny.
Let's-
That what? Yeah, I mean that's what they said this shell goes to. So that'd be funny, man. I wonder if you were in a regular game and you got the blue shell, and then you got to the first place without using any items, you could do that to yourself.
So you
That's
know
Like,
actually
what?
crazy.
I'm actually changing my opinion. I think that the best sports racing game of 2023 is Mario Kart 8.
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
I
I'm
think
gonna stick with that.
unanimous. You've convinced me, Micah. Good job.
yeah. Like, but like, cause like, there's so many chaotic things you could do. Like there was one time where, like, well, I want to continue. I'm gonna add one more thing to the blue shells. But there was when I figured out the blue shells, you could literally just sit on a double item block thing and just throw them at your friends while just sitting there while they're trying to complete it. You basically are a turret of blue shells.
Listen,
I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So
you've
me and
never
my brother
played
would just
Halo with like old schools on with this guy, Jordan. Like and tried to go down an elevator. when he has unlimited grenades.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
God.
another fun one is all bullet bills too. Like
Oh, that would
especially
be fun.
like if you do it on Baby Park, it makes those 7 laps so fast, but like all you see is bullet bills zooming past you
Zooming. Yeah.
constantly.
No, that's that. Honestly, yeah, dude. I'm convinced.
Or
You sold
try
it.
the ink squid and bananas.
All right, I think we got to move past this.
Okay, cool, cool,
We've
cool.
spent way too much time on the racing genre.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gotta play Mario Kart at some point. I'll show you all of those.
I'd be down. So, what's the next category?
Strategy.
So, the best sim strategy. The nominees are Advanced Wars Reboot Camp. Fuck yeah. Cities Skylands 2. Company of Heroes 3. Fire Emblem Engage. And Pikmin 4.
Yeah.
The winner of Best Sim Strategy Game is Pikmin 4. Hell yeah. You know, I'm
Also,
actually
little or what?
I'm okay with this. Like I'm torn between this and Advanced Wars Reboot Camp. Just because I'm a huge sucker for Advanced Wars. I'm not sure what City Skylines is doing on there, but uh, I'm okay with Pikmin 4 being chosen.
Yeah, I think I am too. I would have loved if Aliens Dark Descent made it on here as a nominee at least, but I get it. Maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't considered a sim or strategy, although it's definitely a strategy game. So
Yeah, or just, anything that's not City Skylines. What were you saying, Micah?
I was just about to give you a tip because I've noticed every single thing we've done, you've given the winner at the very end.
Oh, en contraire. Go back and listen to the podcast. I've mixed it up so people
yeah, he
specifically
has.
cannot do that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I swear I'm
Um,
totally listening.
I don't know. Is there anything more you guys want to talk about Pikmin?
No, Pikmin kicks ass. Go out and buy 1, 2, and 3, and go out and buy 4. Pikmin games are fun if you just want to relax for a night and collect
Well, from
shit.
what you told me, I don't think I can handle it because I think those little guys are cute, and I don't think I'd be
When
willing
they
to kill
die.
all of them. Yeah.
You're gonna have to learn how to
Yeah.
distance yourself from the lives of those guys because they will die
Yeah,
a
we've talked
lot.
about this before. Like, it was the first time as a child that I felt bad for committing genocide. So,
It was the first time he felt bad for committing genocide. Not
the
all the
first
other
time.
times, just
Yeah,
the first time.
just
Because
the
they have
first
the
time.
little ghosts go up, and you're just like, well, another one's dead.
Well, it's like when you make like a brain dead move, like, oh, like, I'll just take all these Pikmin to the water.
Oh
And
my
then you
god.
realize, oh, they're all red Pikmin.
And
And
you
then they're
kill
just,
the lot of them.
oh, they're all fucking dead. And I'm like, no, what have I done?
You're like scrambling around, like, no, 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 come back! It's like
Yeah,
Deadpool in the fucking X Force because you just literally led them all to their death.
yeah, yeah, dude. And they did it gladly. They said, sure, brother.
All right,
Cool.
so what's the next one?
Multiplayer.
Best multiplayer game. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Party Animals, Diablo 4, Street Fighter 6, and Mario Bros. Wonder. The best multiplayer game of 2023 is Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm still okay with.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, it is literally meant to be played multiplayer, so.
but yeah, I mean, Baldur's Gate is simply built different. This is true. It's built different in the fact that it's actually good. like,
Yeah,
and finished.
yeah,
And they keep building upon it to make it better. Like, the reason Baldur's Gate 3 made such a splash is because you don't see very many games get released that are in a finished state and fun to play. So,
Yeah.
I'll, like, and the fact that they just made 3,000 different endings for, like, one game. Like a lot of love went into this. The guys that created it constantly referenced the D&D crew, like the actual people that make D&D. It was like the D&D movie, but in video game form.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I might have to check this out because.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty good.
But I agree with all the multiplayer games on there. I haven't played Street Fighter 6 or Baldur's Gate, but they seem like great multiplayer games.
Yeah,
Mm,
and for all its faults, I actually do like Diablo 4, though I'm like obviously in the minority for when it first released. And this is also why I have such a backlash against YouTube stars, is because rather than going like, hey, this is what the game does good, and this is what it does bad, unanimously, almost every YouTube star went, this is the worst fucking game that's ever been released ever, and here's the reason why. And it's like, it's not. It's not Gollum. It's not Kong. Like, yes,
no.
Diablo 4 has problems, but it's problems that can be fixed. And it's like people that are actually trying to fix it.
Yeah, I mean
So,
it's a completed game, right? There's games that have come out that aren't even that.
yeah,
So
that are nowhere near that. So, the whole YouTube personality of hate Blizzard for clicks is like the reason why I generally don't fucking trust them.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, along with that, Party Animals is just a funny multiplayer game. Mario's Bros. Wonder still great to play. Like, it's just, yeah, like that's a good selection of multiplayer games, I'd say.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of unfortunate because we've gone over the same game, so it's like hard for us to talk about them again. It's like
Yeah.
we've already talked about it, so they should have really diversified a little.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you had like one of the best games, like years for gaming, that's ever happened in much recent years, because essentially what we had was the backup pipe burst. Like 2020 pushed all these games. The pandemic
Yeah,
pushed all these games in development back, and then suddenly they just exploded all over everywhere. So to see
Mhm.
like just a handful of them fucking get recognized at the video game awards is a fucking slap in the face to gamers.
yeah,
Especially
Yeah.
when you put shit like Destiny 2 on your lineup.
very sad. Well, do you guys
Let's
have anything else to say about the other games?
no,
There.
let's move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
Best adaptation. And this is for like movie or TV adaptation out there.
I
And
do
then
want to say something about this. It's nothing about everything that's up ahead, but I do feel like this is like more of like this one has very like small amount of choices because like you get little amount of like video game adaptations. Like a couple have come out, like the ones that are coming up, and a lot of them are good. It's just you also got like you don't like get constant movie adapt. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot though that came out. You had Animusha. You had that one show that was dog shit. This Far Cry, the Blood Dragon.
I
So
forgot
I
that
mean,
existed.
yeah, no, I mean you're right though. There isn't a ton. Um, Scott Pilgrim.
oh, Scott Pilgrim.
Um, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't see Scott Pilgrim. Maybe they see the game
Well,
as an adaptation of the show and the
well, I
comics.
feel
So
like with Scott Pilgrim too, kind of like with Lethal Company, it did come out a little bit like
too late.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, and also it wasn't a game first. So
oh,
maybe they take that into because
Lord
like oh go ahead.
Lord of all door frames, to answer your question, it's not necessarily that I hate Destiny 2. I hate what Destiny 2 has become. Like, I started Destiny 2, I played through the campaign, I played the first DLC, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna come back to this. This should be fun. And then they started fucking gate locking their DLCs that I bought. And then, like, they were like, oh, by the way, this game is now free to play, the game that I bought. And then they're like, oh, well, you can buy cosmetics in here. And then it became this complete shit show. Destiny excels, in my opinion, on one front and one front only, and that's its gunplay. Bungie's really, really good at shooting guns, but they have fucked everything else in the game.
Yeah.
So, and then of course you got the problems with Bungie, like getting rid of fucking the Halo composer. Let me go ahead and pull up his name because he really does deserve mention because he created the Halo theme song, like the one that we all think of when we think of Halo.
Oh, I love
Ah.
how we started doing that at the exact same time.
But it's like Michael C. Salvatore. And if your game is going down the fucking crapper and its cells are dropping, the last person you want to fire is the person that made you as a company.
Yeah.
So, sorry. This adaptation, the best adaptation of 2023, the nominees are Castlevania Nocturne, The Last of Us, Gran Turismo, Mario Bros. Movie, and Twisted Metal.
We all know who the winner is here. It's such an easy
Yeah.
pick.
It really is. Let's just flip it over. Shocker, it's The Last of Us. The Dadalorian plays Joel, and the chick from
Bella Ramsey, right?
yeah, Bella Ramsey, the chick from Game of Thrones, plays Ellie, and they play him to a fucking T. And the things that they change in the show that don't reflect the game, I think are changed for the better. A, because they're changed by the creator himself, and B, because they make the story that much better. I like the fact that in this dark world, we didn't constantly have to be subjected to dark shit. Like Frank's change in the show was added to the narrative as opposed to subtracting from it by making
Yeah.
it more of a hey, let's die together thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I have a very cynical view on this, but I understand that my view is not the best for sure. I just wanted to see more Joel and Ellie interactions, and I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Um, they did a lot of episodes where, like, oh, we're gonna show the people in Chicago or whatever, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about these losers in Chicago. Like, when they were in the city.
Yeah, wasn't that the one where they like changed Philly to Chicago? And
Yeah, I think so. Or it's like Kansas City or something like that. Yeah, it's like something dumb. But yeah.
yeah, I feel like the Philly storyline in the game worked really, really well. And maybe like it could have worked really well in the TV show as like this group of uh fucking ravagers that are just trying to kill him because they're dickheads. Like I don't know if they necessarily needed to expand on that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Is I didn't feel like they necessarily needed to expand on these people. But they still kept the Sam plot line, and everything. So that was important. So I'm happy, man. And I'm gonna be really happy if they actually do a season in between Last of Us and Last of Us 2. Like the games, like they actually do some story, like some brand new story. We'll see if they do that though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
their time in Wyoming with his
Yeah,
brother. You know,
yeah,
I in fact one of the things about like The Last of Us 2 that I kind of had a problem with was essentially Ellie found out about Joel betraying him, and then immediately Joel died. Like she never really got a chance to process those feelings with Joel in the game. It was like,
yeah,
okay, I guess we're cool because we're playing fucking guitar together, and then the next scene he's dead. You know?
yeah. I mean, dude, Mike, have you played Last of Us 2?
I haven't played Last of Us 2, but I started playing a while ago Last of Us 1. Haven't finished it yet. You guys are
Man,
gonna hate me too because I haven't watched the season yet, but I know it's good, so.
oh man, please. Yeah, stop watching
Easily
Ruby.
one of my top
Um,
games of all time. I nearly cried in the fucking cabin scene when Ellie calls Joel on his shit.
yeah, dude, it's just so good. And honestly, dude, I liked Ellie's part in 2, man. I liked the dynamicness. I liked that she like completely ruins her life because of revenge, right? She had the wife, she had a kid, and she couldn't let it go, man. Her resentment literally put her alone. You know, she when she goes back to her house and she's fucking alone. Dude, I could just feel that. I could just relate so heavily to times in my life where I've let resentments just absolutely fucking scorch the earth, right? And that's what she did, you know, and it's just amazing. Like, and so that's what I think the game did well, you know, and a lot of people don't look at that. Um, but if you just look at her time, man, it's just I don't know, it's just really like just a great story. So
Honestly, it was the little touches at that point too. Like when she lost the finger and she could no longer play guitar. The
bar,
one
yeah,
thing that reminded her of her time with Joel.
Joel. Yep, dude, that shit like that, man. It was just like, fuck, dude, this is sad. Like, you know, and she could have kept all that. She didn't have to do any of that. You know, she didn't have to go. She could have just let bygones be bygones. You know, and there were many times where she could stop, right? She knew it was wrong. Like when she killed the pregnant chick, and you know, it's like it just good shit, man. Good shit. But we
Yeah.
won't ruin more Last of Us plot.
Yeah.
We'll stop.
And I only have three because I don't know anything about Castlevania or Twisted Metal. But if I had to make it a list of like top three, I would do The Last of Us because everything I've heard. Gran Turismo because of everything I've heard. Supposedly that was a really great movie and it was very popular in theater. And then the Mario's Bro movie. That's what I'd say my top three would go through.
Dude, I
But
didn't even know that they released a movie, Gran Turismo. Um,
If I had to make my top three, it would 100% be The Last of Us, and Castlevania Nocturne.
that was only two.
Yeah. I fucking hate the Mario movie.
oh, dude, and Neil Blomkamp directed the Gran Turismo movie. Oh, that's interesting. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, Last of Us is my best. You know, out of these, Castlevania Nocturne was really good, but it was kind of a setup season. So I'm excited to see where it goes. And then the Mario Bros. Movie was all right. I watched it last month actually for the first time.
I
So
think you all know how I feel about Minions by now. So
Yeah.
you
Well, I
love
mean,
them, dude.
I can't
so, well,
unsee them.
Yeah,
well,
because
so
you
if
love
you
them
want
so
to
much,
know,
you're literally looking for them all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
if you want to know about Gran Turismo, it's not actually about the actual game. It's about somebody who played Gran Turismo a lot and then became an actual racer.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And it was like this whole like thing with it's a true story too, and that's the cool part is they actually used the stunt double as the person who actually this whole entire story happened to, which was amazing. Like from seeing what it was, because like supposedly it was just a gamer to an actual racer, and they had no faith in this team at all because it was just a bunch of gamers, and it was like top three gamers to make it to it, I think. But like the main guy, he like full out like got third place at the very last race, and it was like that was just big history for
Hmm,
video games and all that, I
that's
guess.
pretty crazy. That's actually pretty cool. I'll have to check when it comes on Prime or something
Yeah.
You
and
know,
watch. I mean, it came out in August, so
if that shit works, I'm gonna go to NASA and be like, listen guys, I played a lot of Halo. Like all the way through Halo Infinite. So send me into space.
bro,
Like
played a lot of Kerbal Space Program, bro.
Well, the problem with that,
Hook me
Kenny,
the fuck up.
the problem with that, the first sexy alien you find, we all know
Uh
what's
oh.
happening.
Oh,
Uh
it's done.
oh. Uh oh.
Yeah.
Space
You guarded
HR.
those
It's
aliens.
called interspecies relations. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
setting forth the good people of Earth by banging their hot aliens like Captain Kirk.
Oh my god. Alright, well, let's go to our last category, guys.
It's our last category? Oh wait, it is. How was that?
Well,
Last,
we have I get
well,
two, but yeah.
yeah, we got one last one after this. But game of the year, guys. This is it. What do you think? One, our nominees are Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Resident Evil 4 remake, The Mario Brothers Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I would like to point out, I said Starfield would be on this list and Diablo. I am very much wrong. But the list, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Like the nominees are at least fairly decent games, even Alan Wake 2. Uh, and the winner of the game of the year
Oh.
is
Coco Melon.
Baldur's Gate 3, not Coco Melon. No, Baldur's Gate 3. I
Louis'
mean,
Adventure.
I kind
Um,
I kind of saw this one coming.
yeah.
No.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't know, like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the first games where, like, one of my chimp friends who only plays shooters was like, dude, I'm playing Baldur's Gate and I fucking love it. And I'm like, you're playing Baldur's Gate 3, dude? Like, you're usually so low IQ, all you do is play shooters. Like, and you're over here rolling dice.
So,
Like,
so did Baldur's Gate come after Spider-Man and Tears of the Kingdom? Because I
uh, it,
remember Kenny always debating about how, hey, Spider-Man would win or Tears of the Kingdom would win, and then
Tears
Baldur's
of the Kingdom came out, and then Baldur's Gate 3, and then Spider-Man. I saw I saw the fucking ball rolling on Baldur's Gate, and it was kind of like delicious because they approached Xbox and they're like, "Hey guys, put us on Game Pass." And Microsoft, with its fucking infinite wisdom, was like, "No, we don't need your game on Game Pass. Nobody's gonna buy you." And then Baldur's Gate fucking exploded. Like as
yeah,
soon as it
thankfully they didn't. Yeah.
Seems about right.
And so now Microsoft's very much regretting that decision, because having something like Baldur's Gate 3 on Game Pass would have been a huge boon for them. But it's I haven't necessarily played it yet, but I know I read and seen all the additions they made to this game. I can recognize a good game,
Wait, so is it
simply
first,
by the
like,
what?
is it first person, third person, or like
It's like top
Diablo
down kind of.
style?
Yeah, it's isometric, like turn based. Uh,
What is it? I am too dumb to understand big words.
it's like Diablo but turn based.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Rabbids versus Mario.
yeah,
I had to pick something. Do you know what that game is, Micah?
Kind of, yeah. I've never played it though.
a surprisingly really good game. And also, the inspiration for the minions, or what I mean by that is the minions ripped off fucking Rabbids, uh, and made it into a movie.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, I need a game like this or like Diablo that's like either first person or third person. That's like my style. I need that type of game just
You
because
could
it feels.
zoom in on the camera with Baldur's Gate. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's not gonna. Go
it's
play
not.
Skyrim.
Go play Skyrim.
Yeah, go mod the shit out of Skyrim, dude. There's so much content to be had there. It's actually insane. People have made entire campaigns and new worlds in Skyrim.
You can
well,
be
not.
So,
Emperor Palpatine in Skyrim.
I would also like a game that's literally like Ruby, like not exactly like the whole like storyline of Ruby, but where you have powers, you have a gun and you have a sword or like any like melee weapon. That's what
well,
I
I
like.
got news for you. There's Ruby games.
Yeah,
Well, I don't want to like. I'm not meaning like just the
I know.
Ruby
I'm
game.
just messing.
I
and
mean like an
they
actual
also
like.
have this like new game that not a lot of people know about called Genshin Impact.
Yeah, but that's also something like Diablo, I believe, right?
No,
No,
Similar.
that's
Genshin
third
Impact
person.
is like party-based
really?
third person. It's a gotcha game though, so
Yeah.
like they
Yeah.
have a system in place where like if you buy the banner 100 times, you're guaranteed to get it. But like it's a lot of fucking money. My sister plays Genshin Impact, and I played it for a little bit while I was on FMLA, and I mean
Yeah.
it can be fun, but it's kind of soul sucking.
If you
Well,
thought Fortnite sapped you on money, play Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a game that I'm debating because I'm just now getting anime, hence Ruby.
Don't play
But
Genshin Impact. Like literally,
yeah,
do not play that. You will
I
have.
have
I'm probably never. To admit, I recently downloaded it, and then I was just like, nah, and I deleted it without even like entering the game.
You will not have a paycheck.
I'm gonna send
Listen,
you a video, and you're gonna play Genshin Impact.
listen. We'll talk about anime games that you can play. I'll think of some good ones. So that's the video game awards. Let's go through and say we each get to choose one. What's our game of the year? Spider Dude, what's yours?
I actually have like three, but I mean like it's just because these are the three games that I played the most. It's
You
hard
can.
to choose
That's
which.
next month.
Yeah. What?
Next month we're doing
Oh,
2023 a year in review. You can only choose
that's
one right
right.
now.
Oh shoot. Okay. Um. Well, I mean, if going off the list
You don't have to go
from
off the list. Just your favorite
well, I'm
game of
gonna
the year.
go off the list because one of them is off the list, and that would be Spider-Man 2. That would be my game of the year. I'm gonna save the other two for next months because yeah, I could go into deep detail why. But yeah, it'd have to be Spider-Man 2, so that'd be my game of the year.
You know what?
Oh,
That's a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
Uh, my game of the year. I know you guys are probably thinking you just going to say Diablo. Well, that's not true.
Tears of
Overwatch.
Kingdom.
It's Overwatch 2 is my game of the year. Oh my god. No.
Widow's ass.
I really don't want to get doxxed. My game of the year, my game of the year is Resident Evil 4. It's the game I can still return to this day, and have fun for about a week with, and then put it
Nice.
down and come back again later.
I don't know.
Okay.
So J Dog, Mike,
Oh,
So, my game of the year, and I actually did throw it in here, is Breachers on VR. So, I don't know if you've heard of it, Crook. Have you?
no,
Dude, okay. So, I am a big Counter Strike player. You guys know that about me, right? I mean,
yeah, maybe. Thanks.
oh man, I guess I haven't talked about it much. No, I love Counter Strike. Like I went to the 2018 Boston Major. Like and they don't do those in the U.S. very often. And dude, like best time of my life. And it's definitely one of the games I've played the most. Like that and Rocket League, surprising enough. So Breachers is a 5v5 tactical shooter. You know that's round based and economy based. So, like, when you start playing, you know, the whole point of the game is the counter terrorists are trying to break into the house and plant a diffuser to defuse the bombs. The terrorists are inside the house and they are trying to prevent the counter terrorists from defusing the bombs. So, the cool thing about it, though, is, you know, since it's round based and it's economy based, you start out with a pistol round. Whoever wins, you buy your weapons with the money you earn from killing people plus winning. It's so much fun, dude. Like, and playing a game like that in VR, because that's I've just explained basically Siege as
yeah,
well.
that's what Lord
Yeah,
of Old Warframes just said.
yep. And so it's essentially Siege it's a mix of Siege and Counter Strike in virtual reality, because it's got Siege where you're, you know, where you have, you know, where you have repelling and stuff like that, and using breaching charges and using gadgets. But it's Counter Strike-ish, where you have where it's economy based. You know, you're not picking operators. Not everybody is going to just be running around with an assault rifle, like, because they're expensive. You know, if you die with one, you don't take it to the next round. And so, you know, when you die, you start out with just a pistol. Highly recommend it, dude. It is so much fun. If you like, you have an Oculus too, right?
that is correct, good sir.
Yeah, dude. If you, I guarantee you, man. If you play it with me and you're like, I don't like this, I will, I will Venmo you your money.
If I
Like,
just say I don't like this, okay.
yeah, if you're like, if you can say I don't like this game, here's why, then
I was like loophole.
yeah, I know you're gonna be like, this game's great. Give me your money. No, but like, yeah, it's one of those Jordan guarantees, Rabble guarantees. Sorry, I just used my real name. But like, if you do not like the game, I mean, I would be floored. It is so much fun, and I've actually made a lot of VR friends in that in that game specifically. But yeah, that's my game of the year. I think it's revolutionary. Like, I think it's like the future of FPS.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll check it out. It takes me a while to get this stuff, but I'll let you
I,
know when I get to it.
I need an Oculus. I mean, I technically do have one, but it's a family Oculus, so I have to ask permission for it.
All you
But
gotta do is take a Sharpie and write Micah on the side, and then be like, "Well, this is my Oculus now. Peace."
Well, is it an
I
Oculus too, Micah?
yeah, it
Because
is.
sadly, the Oculus ones aren't good enough to run breachers.
Yeah, it's an Oculus too.
Nice,
My grandpa gave it to me and my family, so we're like, sweet.
nice,
It's been collecting dust though, because nobody's ever touched it.
dude. Just take it. Yeah, just put it in your
Yeah, I
room,
just
man.
want to touch
Yeah.
it. I just want to touch it. That's all I want to do is touch.
So I just want to kind of point out while we were making our way through these video game awards, and like fucking, uh,
Oops, sorry. Let's swap the slide and I didn't realize.
oh, you're
Sorry.
good. That's Breachers, everyone. Uh, when I was writing this, I kind of thought to myself, we could do this better. You know, like we're not swayed by Activision. We can make jokes. We can be fucking brutal, brutally honest. We can be as flowery as we want to be. So I think next year we're kind of in talks about it, but I think next year we're just gonna do our own fucking award show because I'm
Yeah,
not following Geoff anymore. This is fucking bullshit. We're gonna bring out the best games that we played that year and let you know where we think stuff belongs in each category.
yeah. We're also guaranteeing that the Stone Gauntlet will be around next year at this time. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
guarantee, unless I die. I don't know. You guys can carry on
I
without me.
mean, yeah, I was about to say if he dies, we can carry on. But if I die, it's game over.
Wow, wow. Yeah, you're kind of right. You are like the mascot.
If both these guys die, I'll just be here spouting off angry rhetoric at video
Yeah,
games.
he'll just read his Reddit comments.
Yeah.
That's what the Stone Gauntlet will turn into.
Um. So yeah, next year we're gonna create our own our award show. We're gonna craft it in November. So anything past November probably won't make the cut unless we decide to. But it will be decided upon, and we're not sure how we want to present it yet. But it's gonna be our own. We're gonna be creators. We're not gonna be reactors anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
also
agree.
one question for the game of the year review. Are we just gonna do like top 5 or like top something for each of us for each section,
You
or what's
better
You
how?
know,
not. I still
what'd
have
you
my
say?
special little episode. You better not die. I still have my special little episode. All right, we will
Oh,
stay
that's
alive
right.
to make sure we do that episode.
Yeah.
Um, what was your question, Micah?
Like, how are we gonna do the game of the like 2020 review? Are we gonna do like our top 5 or top 3 in each section? That we're gonna do?
Yeah, I think that sounds. I think that's what we should do.
'Cause I
So
feel like
here's what I'm thinking. So we don't turn it into like a 5 hour episode. In each section, each of us will choose three of our top. So like, I'll choose
all right,
three video games, three movies and TV, and three anime that I've seen over the year. And you
dope.
guys do the same for each one, and we'll just go through that list. It'll be probably about as long as the video.
And we should
Cool.
also make a slideshow for that because I like the slideshow more.
Oh, we 100%
Yeah,
will. Yeah, we'll make a
'cause
slideshow.
I
we
think going
definitely
forward, the slideshow should just be part of our presentation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, this ending's turning into a team meeting. But guys, The point of the matter is, we're in talks to bring you a much better, more polished Stone Gauntlet. We're gonna be your feet on the ground, and we're gonna continue doing what we've been doing for the past year, bringing you reality news without fucking bullshit payoffs from big companies.
Yo, this is our anniversary, isn't it? Like, haven't we been doing it for exactly 1 year now?
Basically, yeah, this
Yeah.
is
Wow.
more or less our
Holy
100
shit.
or our 1 year episode. So it's like our 12th episode, but we've been
Yeah.
doing it for an entire year.
Wow.
Heck,
Next month we're gonna bring you 2023 in review, which is where we're gonna talk about our favorite stuff that happened during 2023 in each of our categories.
one of
Yeah.
Kenny's favorites, Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Widowmaker's ass is definitely on my top 3 video games of 2023 because I
Good.
feel like they definitely framed it in a lot of great costumes throughout the year.
Good
You know,
ways.
that'd be a great Christmas present for you, a Widowmaker body pillow or a Laura Croft one. I
I've
know you're
I've
going
said
back
that.
to them.
I've said
I know, but
that.
like, I'm just kidding. I'm just now realizing this. I have to dig deeper.
There's only one waifu, or actually 2 waifus I would take: Widowmaker or Tomb Raider.
Hmm.
Or wait, and also Jeff Goldblum.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, let's go and wrap it up, boys.
All right, guys. We have Micah. Do you want to shout out our Instagram and other accounts?
Yeah, we also have our Instagram. I'm very horrible at posting there because I always forget, but I gotta get better at that. But yeah, we do have our Instagram accounts. Normally, just search up Crook Irish
Yeah.
Studios for the main one, and a couple
Yeah.
there.
And I'm gonna nab a QR code for it next podcast, so that way
Yeah.
people can just hold their phone up and go right to our Instagram. If they're watching. So
And just to answer Lord of All Doorframe's question, would you take a Ryan Reynolds body pillow? Yes, I
On,
personally would. But
only if it's Deadpool.
I mean, they gotta have Ryan Reynolds' face, Deadpool's costume, maybe
the
him
only
hugging Wolverine.
the only body pillow I will take is Oscar Langley post time skip. Okay, post time skip. Very specifically post time skip. So
Exactly that one.
yeah,
Um, if you guys are not tired of us, tomorrow we're gonna bring you another golden episode. Crook and Murder is coming back for our major our holiday special. We'll be talking about our fucking Actually, I don't know if I'm. You know what? I'll reveal it since it's tomorrow night. We'll be discussing the Yuletide Lads, which is Iceland's fucking answer to Santa Claus. Uh, and it gets pretty pretty crazy. They
Glad it's not in 2 nights.
the what?
I'm glad it's not in 2 nights.
Well, yeah, we wanted to try to get it in and out before Christmas dropped. And since you guys know Crook and Murder is all about monsters and shit, expect these people to be devouring children and kidnapping them. So if you
good.
like if you like your Santa Claus with just a little bit of dementia tied into it, stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. That will be 8:30, about 8:30 to 9 Eastern time, 6:30 Midwest time, around Denver time, and 5:30 on the West Coast.
Cool.
Yeah,
I will be there. So I will be in support.
Awesome.
yeah.
We
I'll
will.
try to. Wait, what time is it again? I know you just said it, but like, oh, in the morning.
No, 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 no. At night, 5. That's 5:30 on the West Coast, 6:30
Okay.
Denver time, and 8:30 on the East Coast.
Yeah,
So
Which
if that
coast
was
are we
AM, I
on?
would not be supporting. Um,
No, I'd
sorry.
be done for. I'd be cold.
now, Crook and
Nah,
Murder does kind of sometimes take a bit to get going, so give us about a 30-minute delay. We could be 9 o'clock. Uh,
gotcha.
but we'll be right within that time frame. And I've got the episode written. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be filled
Yeah,
with a bunch of
and
dumb
also,
jokes.
which coast are we on? Like, I know we're not on
Jesus
coast,
fucking
but like,
Christ.
You're more like the West Coast,
Yeah,
buddy.
you're not on a coast. You're in the middle of the country.
You're, well, I'm gonna fall off and go to sleep.
I hope no future
I'm a,
employers listen to
I'm
this
on the
episode.
Canadian coast.
I'm a
Okay?
tired boy on the East Coast. It's 2:12, so
It's 2:12. Yeah, go to bed.
Spider, we're
yeah.
on mountain time. God damn it. What the fuck? Okay, listen. Shout out to John Zara for allowing us to play Old Lang Syne. A couple quick shout outs to the people in chat. Our mod today is Corey Craft. That is KORICRAFT. Go hit her a follow on Twitch. Also, a shout out to Lord of Old Door Frames. Exactly like it sounds. LordofAllDoorFrames. For talking with us throughout the party. And then
And
Soggy Beesnees. That is SOGGYBEESKNEES. Go follow them on Twitch. Also, Micah has a Twitch now. Micah, do you want to shout out your Twitch?
It's just Spider Dude. I forgot the numbers at the end, but occasionally I'll just randomly stream. I'm mostly at night, I guess. So,
Well, there you
and
go.
it's Minecraft, Fortnite, and sometimes Overwatch, depending on how I feel.
So if you like his style, but I mean, how can you not? You know, shoot him a follow on Twitch as well. All those people are good people, and we should be supporting our community.
Yeah.
Any other shout outs from anybody?
nope.
No?
Alright, guys, I'm Kenny Crook Irish Kirby. Keep it weird.
Peace out. I'm Rabble, and I'll see you guys next episode.
Holy shit, that's loud.
Shoot him. Got it. Okay, yeah, you can shoot me. I'm Spider Dude, and I'm gonna web you all later.
Peace.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I started watching Hell of a Boss.
Oh yeah, I forgot you told me that. And you're like, eventually I'll finish a Live Boss. And then in like several years, I'll watch the 2012 Ninja Turtles.
Yep. It takes a while for me to get to things. I do like Hell of a Boss though. Millie's pretty hot.
Oh yeah, if you want like another opinion on the 2012 Ninja Turtles, Dave Pete actually watched and he enjoyed it. So
Okay, I'll ask him.
Yeah, and then Has Been Hotel comes out next month. So well, I'm out, guys. Good night.
bye,
Peace out,
Thanks for
Holmes.
another night, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
That was fun. Thanks, Micah.
no problem. It's also a very long stream.
Oh, the fucking video game awards almost always are.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah, they are.
Because even though some of the answers are very stupid, Alan Wake.
Alan